Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Q and Colb. I am the Q part of that. This is and Colb is the Colb part of that. So if you ever wondered who's Q, who's Colb, well, that one solves that problem. I don't know if we ever had that problem.
I'm about to say I don't think we've ever had that problem on this show.
Yeah.
To be completely
Did I hear shit on the internet? I've ever told you some of the weird people say I look like on the internet, where it's like I've gotten Myles Garrett, Jared Allen.
You don't look nothing like either
Guardians.
You don't look like either one of those, any of those people. What picture on the Guardians do you have a general idea?
No.
Like I'm trying to think of somebody that you look like, and I don't know. Yeah, somebody said Cope just look like Cope for real. I appreciate that, Ice Man, because people tell me I look like somebody different every time.
Who people say you look like?
Bro, I've gotten everything.
Yeah, see, I feel like I don't look like nobody because I've gotten Childish Gambino once, and I was wondering, like, is my hairline that bad? Like,
you don't look like Childish Gambino at all.
To be fair, this is in college, so I did look a little bit different, but I didn't look like no damn Childish.
Somebody said I look like Thundercat. That's different. That is different.
Ooh.
That's different. Now I gotta look up Thundercat. Do I look like Thundercat?
I don't think you look like Thundercat.
Let me see.
Y'all are like in the same genre though, but y'all not like the same thing. You know what I mean?
Thundercat. Let me see. Images.
I don't even know what Thundercat's face really looks like because he always got all kind of shit on.
Yeah, I'm trying to look.
Oh yeah, someone say Klaus.
You do not
look like Klausy or whatever.
You Emilio Clase? Let me actually.
I don't really think I look like him. I just think, it's like, hey, insert Spanish or light skinned brother name in there. Like if it looked like he could be Puerto Rican, Dominican, or light skinned, I end up in there somewhere getting compared to the brother.
Hold on, let me see. Now I gotta look. I don't think I look like Thundercat, by the way. You do not look like Emilio Clase now.
How do y'all think I look like that? What? Aaron Donald? I get that one a little bit more, but because
Aaron Donald's definitely closer than Clase.
Yeah, like me and him have like the same skin tone and head shape, like in general, but still, world of difference there. Some people look like people. Some people just don't look like people. Curtis, you ever get any fun who you look likes? I think Curtis is on the call actually.
Oh, he on the call?
Yeah, but Jose
Colb looks like dude off that show. My Name is Earl.
The white dude, Earl. You talking about Earl?
You said I look like.
You know what? I could kind of see it.
Though I look like the white dude Earl.
Like if you just try to take the pigmentation away, there is a familiarity with like y'all got like a similar eye and eyebrow situation going.
Like, so you saying this is like a Jay-Z and Troy Aikman situation?
Yeah, like you really gotta look for it, but I don't think that's what the guy was going for. I think he's going for whoever the black dude on the show was. And this was what, early 2000s? So
like, yeah, we got to do more Googles.
Yeah. No, I think we can find this pretty easily if you just search My Name is Earl and then black guy. I think it's that level of there's one guy in there.
I definitely don't look like this dude. I don't look nothing like this dude.
I don't look like the essence ain't similar. Nothing.
No similarities at all whatsoever.
What? That's a whole different vibe.
It's not even close. It's not even close, bro. It's not even close.
That's nuts. That dude looked like the guy from that. He looked more like the dude from Gym Class Heroes than like you. And he don't look like the dude from Gym Class Heroes at all.
Yeah. Hey, the fact that you said I look more like Earl than
No. Like there's like a similarity there with you and Earl's face, where I'm like, but you know what? I'm able to just see past these things, Colb, in a black and white America. Hey, look, this is the exact reason why I was able to see that Cooper DeJohn was cold. I could see past these petty differences.
Hold on. Follow me. Colb looks almost like Magic Johnson when he was 20.
No,
he
looks nothing like Magic.
No, I can't roll with it. I can't roll with that one.
I'm not going with that at all. You like Magic Johnson when he was 20. That kid, that Quincy Isaiah, or whatever the fuck his name was, that played him in Wintertime. He didn't look physically like Magic, but he had the energy down. I'm like, sometimes that can make you feel like you look like somebody when you have the energy down real good. But you don't physically look like no young Magic.
Hold on, because
Colb is Black Einstein. You know what? I see that though.
Black Einstein? Black Einstein.
I can kind of see
Black Einstein. Okay.
Julius Peppers. You know what? I'll take it.
Julius Peppers? Somebody say it's just the hair.
It is.
It's just the hair. Yeah, when I get my hair twisted, we go dead that one.
I look like Julius Peppers. Let me tell you something, buddy.
Do you look like Julius Peppers?
No. He just got a big head and he light skinned. Like that's the area like that I get kind of.
Hey, when he bald, like when he got the low fade.
No, hold on. Let me see low fade. Like, I could kind of see it.
There's a little bit there.
No, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one.
A little bit there.
That's not a bad one. Okay. Oh, who said that? Let me ban him from chat. All right, see, now y'all getting crazy. Jordan Peele? No, okay. Now we're done.
Oh, Jordan Peele? Hold on. No.
It's the glasses.
Hold on. Hold on. Hey, bro.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
when he got the glasses on, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah. I
ain't gonna lie.
I hated it. Then I saw it.
Yeah, we got the glasses on. You kind of in there. It's kind of there.
It's all right. All right.
Oh man, yeah. I know. I think they got you.
You hit the world record for derailment, by the way. Just
that's chat fault. That's chat fault. That's not our fault. That's chat fault.
I don't think chat can be blamed for this. What chat do to start this?
Because they started the what's the first one?
I feel like I'm responsible for this one.
Man, that's funny. Somebody said I look like a Colb looks like Spider-Man. Like, oh no, I do not look like Miles Morales.
How does that even possible?
I don't look like Miles Morales at all. Like,
yeah, it's so many different like incarnations of him too. It's like, how do you look like which one? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just like
you look like Shane Bieber. All right, bro. We're off the rails.
Shane Bieber.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh man, Shane Bieber's funny.
If we get Travis, is he immediately wide receiver one? Can I make an argument real quick?
Go ahead.
I don't think Akalon means bad things when he means this, because shout out to Akalon, big friend of the show, right? We gotta stop slotting wide receivers into positions that don't exist. Like, wide receiver one is just what we say for a wide receiver, like to kind of say, oh, who gets the most share of the targets. But it's not a position. And when we talk about wide receiver one and we kind of conflate the same thing as like being an X receiver as being wide receiver one, we're really doing ourselves a disservice because there's a lot of number one wide receivers that play all three positions on the offense at wide receiver, right? You play the X, the Y, the Z. So if Travis comes in, I don't know if he's immediately wide receiver one because Jerry Jeudy is going to get the bulk of all, like the number one amount of snaps. He's going to be probably number one in targets. But Travis is going to get about 110, 120 targets his way.
Yeah, so like the issue that I've had with this entire thing so far has mostly been, and maybe it's because Domo's been annoying me the last couple of days.
You gotta, I'm telling you, the more you cling on to it, the worse it's gonna get. You just gotta let that man crash out and let him have his moment. You know, you can't, if you keep fighting him on it, it's just going, he's gonna double down more. I heard him say on Twitter, I think I popped on there the other day, and I think he said something about he can't support the Browns no more if we draft Travis Hunter. You just gotta let that man.
He said he's done. Like he said, if they draft Travis Hunter number 2 overall, he's absolutely.
You just gotta let that man express his opinions.
I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, no more. I get you. Okay. Even though Jim Harbaugh basically said that he expects to be playing against Travis Hunter 2 times a year for the foreseeable future.
Oh, you John?
Oh yeah, John. Sorry, get him confused sometimes. But yeah, he's basically saying, yeah, he's gonna be in the division. So we'll see. We'll see if he'll be able to play both ways. But I do think like if you take him number 2, he doesn't necessarily have to be your number 1 wide receiver, especially not initially. Like I don't think that should be the expectation. But I do think that like as the season progresses, I kind of want to see some signs that he is going to be the number 1 guy going forward.
Yeah, I just want to see the impact there, right? He wants to be a two-way player, right? We got to see what that looks like. So, you know, you might be okay with him because, like, what does a number 1 receiver really look like, right? Like, if he's getting 110 targets and Jerry Jeudy's getting 150, but in those 110 targets, he's making a bunch of spectacular catch plays and got 12 touchdowns. It's not going to matter who's technically 1 or 2. He's going to feel like the number 1 wide receiver, right?
Right.
And you want him to feel like a first option on an offense. I think that's what people are going for. How that looks will be something that I think if you draft Travis, you have to be open to that looking a lot different, right? Like that might not look the same as it always has. But when we kind of just lock into wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, we kind of limit what we're actually trying to lock in on, which is how do you want Travis Hunter to make your offense feel, right? And how do you want his impact on the offensive side to be felt? Because he could be corner 2 and wide receiver 2, but your number 1 player. You feel me? Right, yeah. Like he could be the single most important player for you on the football field. And I think having Jerry Jeudy, having Denzel Ward gives you the flexibility where the whole offense does not have to rely on Travis Hunter in order to be successful. But Travis Hunter could be what allows it to get to the next level. And look, man, Joe Flacco gonna have fun throwing it to him, seeing what he could catch. Right? like
man, we didn't even get to talk. We didn't even talk about Joe Flacco yet, bro. We didn't even get there yet.
Look, I know Joe Flacco looking at Travis Hunter like, oh, I'm about to throw anything this year, dog. Like it's about to be fun, because he's a go up and get him guy, right? And he's a tight window guy. He's a sideline catch guy. Think about all the ridiculous balls that Joe Flacco tried to throw at Amari Cooper. And Amari Cooper's not really spectacular catch guy, right? In the way that Travis Hunter routinely is. Like, think about your favorite Amari Cooper catch. Now, think about how many times Travis Hunter has done something more impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's Amari Cooper. Like, no scrub. Not a bad, spectacular catch guy, but like, you know, it's just not Coop's bag like it is Travis's. So, yeah, I think it's going to be fun. if you get Travis, right? And I think there's going to be a lot of excitement. And if he can legitimately play two ways in the NFL, which it seems like he is dead set on doing, and it seems like he doubled down on it when he knows he's probably going to Cleveland, right? So
they also said that every team he's met with hasn't had an issue with him having the desire to play both ways of the ball. So I mean, it's just something for people to talk about and get upset about for no reason. That's all it is. I do think that, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said that didn't Domo compare him to Terry McLaurin? Yes, Domo did compare him to Terry McLaurin.
Wait, how's that a bad? Wait, what did he compare him to Terry McLaurin for? And
because so this is what happened. This is what happened yesterday on Twitter. So Steve Smith and I can't remember the other dude's name that do the evaluations for Underdog. You know what I'm saying? But that show they have, I can't think of the other dude's name.
Oh, the Steve Smith. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And so they were doing the first part of their evaluation on Travis, and he said that Travis's superpower is his ball skills, way he's able to track the ball, make plays on the ball with footballs in the air. Like that's his superpower. Like that's his elite trait that he has.
Mm-hmm.
And then Domo saw that. Funny enough, he said he was like, I want to see what Steve Smith got to say about Travis. And that's like 4 different people sent him the video of what Steve Smith was saying about him. And then he watched said video and was like,
love Travis.
Yeah, I was like, we were like, Steve Smith loves Travis, by the way. And he was like, oh, his superpower is his ball skills. Man, y'all trying to take Terry McLaurin with the number 2 overall pick? That's who y'all want. I was like, okay, Demo. I'm just like,
bro, if Terry McLaurin could go out there and play cover 2 and beat Terry McLaurin, like, yeah, like what?
I was like, Demo, I'm not about to argue with you, bro. Like.
Are we talking about the same guy, right? The really good wide receiver?
Yes.
Like the dude who helped Jada Daniels have one of the best rookie years we ever seen?
Almost 1,100 yards last year.
Yeah, and he said that was some ass at quarterback, like 1,000 yards every year. And like, think about the dudes he's gotten that with. There is, what's the dude's name? I think he played at, Curtis, you know him. He played for the Seahawks last year. Sam Howell. There it is. Sam Howell, right? He had one of those seasons with Samuel Howell as his primary.
Don't bring up Sam Howell.
Hey, look, Terry McLaurin had 1,000 with the homie. Okay. Like,
in 6 seasons, Terry McLaurin has 6,300 receiving yards.
Yeah, how's that a bad thing to be compared? You know what else I saw? And I'm like, oh, people just don't know what the fuck they're talking about anymore. I saw somebody, I think Earl was like, enough, man. Because this dude posted something about like Ezekiel Ansah being Abdul Carter. I'm like,
I saw that. I was like, okay,
not even in the same range of like Ezekiel Ansah. The whole thing about him when he came out in 2013, he was a football baby, right, out of BYU. He had only played for 2 years. Clearly not the case with Abdul Carter. And 2, Ezekiel Ansah got like 15 sacks 2 times in the league before. Like, he's not a scrub if you're saying that's his floor. Okay, like what are we doing here? Like
let me look at that up. Actually, like,
yeah, Ezekiel Ansah was like the best pick in the 2013 top 10. Like,
let me see what he did. So 50 sacks for his career, by the way.
Yeah, he was like, we're talking about this dude like he was a scrub. Like, he made a Pro Bowl, I believe, like 2 of them.
So rookie season, he had 8 sacks. Second season, he had 7.5. Third season with Detroit, he had 14.5.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Pro Bowler. Got hurt the next year. He only had 2 next. No, he only had 2 next year. Year after that, he had 12.
Yeah. And then he fell out. He fell off after 2017.
He fell off. Yeah, he fell off.
But dog, what are we talking about? like, do we just say people's names and not really understand what these players did? Or like, are we just trying to win arguments so bad that we're legit at the point to where like saying somebody is Terry McLaurin is a bad thing, or saying somebody could be, and like, let's be real here, Travis Hunter could clearly be better than Terry McLaurin, but like being Terry McLaurin, that's really good. That's Mike Evans level numbers, like out of Terry. Like there's Mike Evans, and then there's him of dudes who've gotten 1,000 yards with absolutely nothing at quarterback. I mean, one of them years he got that shit with Carson Wentz,
bro. Mike Evans has had some spectacular years, by the way. Just absolutely, just didn't matter.
Like,
literally didn't matter who's throwing the ball.
It was like the first 7 years, people used to criticize him because he was like a low thousands guy, right?
Yeah.
For like the first chunk of his career. Then Tom got there and he got like a 1,300 yard or something like that. I think he had a big year with Baker too. But it's like we forget that we used to have these dumb arguments about like Mike Evans too. But like we either we just don't know, and I don't know how you can not know where Terry McLaurin is in the game right now. But it's either we don't know or we're just saying stuff, right? And I think in the case of like the Ezekiel Ansah one I saw, I'm like, dude, just saying something. Like, you don't even know Zeke. Like, you don't even remember Zeke's career. Like, what are you talking about? And Abdul Carter being Ezekiel Ansah, like, if that's his floor, fine, right? But you're not going to sit here and convince me that that's all Abdul Carter can be in the league, especially if that's your point of reference. Like, you're just demonstrating you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah, the whole Terry McLaurin thing, that's hilarious. But Cole, what do you think? Like, if you had, I know you don't want to say the player comp, but that you think Travis could be on the offensive side of the ball?
I'm not saying it. I am not saying that. There's somebody
to Jerry Rice.
Listen, there are things that I could say about Travis Hunter that I refuse to say because the likelihood that I will be wrong is probably high.
Get caught up on like the comp thing. I'm like, if they draft Travis, I'm excited to see where that journey goes. Because I think it'll be at the very least a fun journey. But I think you're going to get a really, really good player with Travis. Like, wouldn't be surprised at all. I don't think he's risky. Right? Like, the same way I wouldn't think that Abdul Carter's risky. I don't know. This has been such a weird year. Maybe Browns fans are just rusty from like having to talk about the top 5 of the draft. You know, like this is like our first year back from an ACL tear. Like, you know, we not where we usually be as an apparatus. Because some of the draft takes this year, I've been like, man, like we're not a rational fan base, but it feel like we just really got into a deep hole of just arguing just to argue about some shit.
I think people are just bored, to be completely honest with you. I think people are just bored. They want the draft to get here. And like, we gotta sit here and argue about 2 really great
we live
in
unprecedented times where you have an unprecedented amount of options to entertain you. If you are bored, we got all kind of video games, all kind of websites, all kind of videos you can watch. We ain't gotta do none of this, man. The new season of Black Mirror came out. Go ahead and check that out.
Have you watched The Pit? You should watch The Pit. The Pit is great.
There's so much shit I haven't watched. You know, that's what I do. I don't know what people think I do. After I do my research and all the work that it takes to run my channels and everything else and all the studying and the fucking film breakdowns, I'm not on Twitter trolling for other takes. I'm watching television. Like, I'm just doing something else. I'd advise people, you know, diversify the media diet a bit because I think we get too deep into arguing about nothing.
We just arguing about stuff just to argue, bro. Like,
and I said this right when the report came out that like Cam Ward was probably gonna be number 1. I was like, oh God, please, let's not do this. We don't have to argue about these 2. Like, we really don't gotta do it. They're so good. Both of them are so good.
It's ridiculous. Bro. But it is what it is. We know what we signed up for.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have thought we would have been a bit more reasonable about two great selections. Maybe I'm naive, right? Maybe I just got more hope in the world. But I am being let down. Ray Rag says, did I get the other one? No, I didn't get the other one. Used to think people in my comments talking about drafting. Oh, used to think the people in the comments talking about drafting Shedeur too in general QB takes were bots. But Colb, after listening to your emergency spaces about Flacco, I realized that's not the case. What happened to your spaces?
Man, I don't even remember. It was just like I was like, hey, Flacco's here. That was unexpected. Something clearly broke down with the with the Kirk Cousins stuff.
To be fair, I don't think that's what happened. I think because I remember hearing about 2 weeks ago that was heating up, and I remember getting the heads up from somebody like, "Hey, you might want to get something together because it looked like it's about to happen with Joe Flacco and the Browns." But I was like, you hear a bunch of shit, right?
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, I know Joe's like a serious option, you know. So I think this was something they were considering for a while. The thing that's interesting is that Joe Flacco reportedly had a bit of a hesitation about coming back if he was going to have to be involved in the Deshaun Watson circus. And I think Jimmy saying what he said is proving to have served multiple purposes, right? The whole we swung and miss, that is what apparently made Joe Flacco comfortable with jumping on board with the Cleveland Browns. And my sneaking suspicion is that that's what got Miles to feel a lot better about signing that extension. Or that sentiment being expressed to him in private is something that got Miles more comfortable.
I also heard about what they said. Well, apparently what they told Miles they would do in the draft.
What you hear? Can you say it on here?
So the things that I heard were that the plan they told him was they were going to try to get Cam.
Okay.
And when that clearly was not, that if that clearly wasn't going to happen, and obviously that's not going to happen now, apparently, this is what I heard, that the plan was for them to trade back and then take Mason Graham.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that.
Like, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? That's what I heard. Things may have changed once they found out that they couldn't get Cam. They were sitting at 2, and like they started digging in on Abdul and Travis. That's what I heard.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Again, I find it hard to believe that like the Browns' explicit draft plans would be like in any form of public because they're so private about everything.
Yeah, Andrew don't like telling anybody anything about it.
Yeah, so it might be somebody just fucking with people.
Everybody's heard something about everything they're trying to do and who they're trying to get. Though the one thing that everybody's heard, though, it's becoming clear that was probably true, is like the Jaylen Milroe stuff.
I mean, like it's kind of like the dots are so clear on that one too.
Yeah,
right?
like everybody who's been telling me for like months, like, hey, you need to like prepare yourself for them to draft Jaylen Milroe because that's the thing that's probably gonna happen. Like, yeah, they was right about that.
Yeah, I remember watching them play like last year. I think I tweeted out something along the lines of like, oh, this looks like a team that's about to draft Jaylen Milroe. Like, by what they were running with DTR, I'm like, it makes no sense to really run it with DTR. But I'm like, I saw Jaylen Milroe run that same play, like on Saturday. Like, they're clearly putting shit in to see what works because they're thinking about some of their options. But Tommy Rees getting the OC job. We know how Tommy Rees feels about Jaylen Milroe. It seems like the feeling is mutual with Tommy Rees and Jaylen Milroe because, again, just go back to that combine interview. That shit was hilarious. If you go back and watch it, they asked that man about the Browns interviews. Like, oh, it was a great interview. I look forward to working with them again. It's an exact quote from what he said there, right? I look forward to continue to work with them. He had an interview also with the Detroit Lions. You know what he said? Well, yeah, I had to interview. And they're like, do you hope to play with Detroit? Because they got Terrion Arnold, his best friend. It's like, we'll see what God has in plan.
Yeah, he coming to Cleveland, bro. He coming to Cleveland. Like it is.
If it were up to him, yes, he would be here.
Like if the Browns, and listen, the Browns can go get him if they really want him. They could go get him. They got the 33rd pick. It's not going to be difficult for them to do.
Yeah, I'm the thing with Milroe is I'm interested to see what happens if there's a Michael Penix situation in this year's draft where a player just like goes way higher and throws off everybody's board and does something, and the team does something that they don't expect. I think that's the player that triggers a Michael Penix type like kind of situation in the draft. I've thrown out my crackpot theory, and this is just my fringe. I had this thought, and I can't convince myself that it won't happen thought. And it's the San Francisco 49ers taking him way before we think that he's going to go. Now, they got the 11th pick in the draft. Who knows if they take him at 11? That'd be very early for Jaylen Milroe.
Listen,
but that is a football team that seems to really, really want to move away from Brock Purdy because every year, every injury, it's just nonstop. We don't want to do this coming out of their media about Brock Purdy. Like every step of the way, they like how adults sound when you were a kid when they don't want to pay for something but they don't want to say no.
Yeah,
it's like all that, like all them excuses. Well, you got to see, I got to make sure the check come in. Like all these logistical things that are never a problem are certainly like, oh well, we got to see. It might be shaky this week, right? And that's how they sound when it's about paying Brock Purdy. I'm like, they don't want to do it. They keep bringing in all these backups that like aren't backups you bring in when you have faith in your quarterback, right? Like they're developmental backups. Like what are we doing here? Why are you doing? Who's Jimmy Garoppolo's backup when he was in San Francisco?
I don't even know.
Exactly, right? Like exactly. It wasn't anybody you knew or wanted to see on the field because they had some faith in Jimmy Garoppolo, but with Brock, it's like we gonna bring in Josh Dobbs, we gonna bring in Mac Jones, we gonna bring in Sam Darnold. We're gonna try to fix somebody behind you. And if Kyle Shanahan believes he's a quarterback fixer, I don't know. I think it's very possible that if Kyle Shanahan sees himself as the quarterback fixer we seem to think he is, well, that guy's gonna look at Jaylen Milroe and think, well, I can do that.
Here's my thing about that. If you want to take him borderline top 10, God bless. God bless you. God bless your journey. If it works out for you, that's great. I can't see that man going any higher than like the late first round. And people have been saying like Pittsburgh is another team to like watch to see if they would take him. Look, man, they got one pick. I think they have one pick in the top like 85 picks or something like that this year. Jaylen Milroe being your only pick is like a tough. That's tough, dog. Like,
they might be looking at this draft like, well, we already got DK.
They could be looking at it like that.
Yeah, so that's where I'm like, I think they're a bit more open to do whatever the fuck they want because they got DK already, right? And right now it's Mason Rudolph or 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers. So I don't think them taking a quarterback would be the craziest thing in the world because you gotta take a swing, right? And if you feel like you're going to be better this year with Aaron Rodgers, you don't think your pick's going to be better than last year. So, I get why a team would do it. And like, I didn't open myself up to this last year when it came to Michael Penix. So maybe I'm overcorrecting here, but I'm thinking to myself, if you view a quarterback as a project rather than like a finished deal, right? Which is how these prospects are viewed by coaches. And I do think that Jaylen Milroe, like if you're just an evaluator, your view on him is going to be much lower than a coach's will, right? Or a front office will, because they're projecting, hey, we can fix this. We can work with that, right? And if you think Jaylen Milroe can fix some of his issues and you think he's really coachable and you meet with him and you love his personality and then you look at his skill set, you might say to yourself, well, what's really different from a potential standpoint between him and Cam Ward? Like if he has the second highest ceiling or the highest ceiling in the draft class, his arm is the second livest in this class. He's certainly the best athlete in this class. And you love all the off the field stuff. That to me is a recipe for a player that teams will value a lot more than, draft pundits will. And I wonder if similar, that's what happened with Michael Penix last year. And I wonder if a similar thing is there.
I will say this. I do know somebody who is in the NFL, has been around the NFL, who said straight up, hey, Jaylen Milroe has the highest ceiling of all the QBs. Of all. If that goes, it's like he also probably has the lowest floor of what could happen as a passer. But like if it breaks right, like if it go the right way, it's really gonna go the right way.
And some of these guys might be looking at this quarterback class like, I think every single guy coming out here is going to be a 2-3 year project. I don't think anybody's going to walk in and be all pro this year. Like we saw Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud be. So like none of these guys are going to come in right away and be like extra good, right? Like you're going to have to give it time anyways. And if that's the case, like you usually default to who gives you the best upside. And that's where I'm like, I just want to discount how teams might feel about that. I'm more on the camp of like, I wouldn't trade up for Jaylen Milroe. I want to wait to 32. I think that's when it makes sense to go after him. But I do think that you shouldn't be thinking like, oh, it's a no-brainer. Milroe's going to be there at 32, 33. I think there's going to be 5 to 8 teams that look at Jaylen Milroe and really like what they see. And maybe half of those teams have the balls to do it. I would not underestimate that like 5 or 4 teams and how they view him and how early they'd be willing to take a guy like that. And I think that's a really real factor for Jaylen there. And I think he's going to be considered by a lot of teams in the first round. And also, like, to be fair to Jaylen Milroe, he is a top 40 pick. And once you get out of like the top 10, anything really goes.
Weird stuff can happen. Yeah, weird stuff can happen, bro.
Because I don't think you can, like, there's an argument you can make, but I think it's clear he's a top 40 pick, right? Athleticism, his running ability, what he's shown as a passer, he's a top 40 pick. And if you're in the top 40, you can go anywhere after 10. Hell, you might even go 8.
I will say this. I will say this about this draft, though. I will say this. I do think there is a potential, even if you get outside the top 5, like after we get through the first 5, I think it could get weird as soon as like the Raiders picking at 6. I think I think it could get like real weird.
I don't know what the thing's gonna do. Right? Like
I don't know when Shador's gonna get drafted. If Shador's gonna get drafted. Yeah. I mean, if he gets drafted first round, I don't know. Hey, go back to that super chat though, because that's a good question, actually. That's a really good question.
Which one?
That one. If you were the Ravens, Bengals, and Steelers, who are you praying the Browns don't take it to? I'm pretty sure you don't want them to take Abdul.
I think they want the Browns to trade back. Like if I'm the Steelers, Ravens, and Browns, I would not be excited about them adding a 2-way player like Travis Hunter. Like maybe if you're like, I don't see the Ravens feeling like that won't work, right? I think the Ravens will think that works. The Bengals, I don't think they're excited about that. Because, I talk to the people who cover the Bengals regularly. They really don't want us to get Travis Hunter because they already know what the hell it is with Denzel Ward. They're like, well, why give him a guy on the other side they could plug in when Denzel get tired? Right? That's how they view, because like Denzel's the one guy who could really line up with Jamar Chase. And they feel like Travis could do the same thing there. Pittsburgh, they probably don't want us to do it either, right? Like I think everybody in the AFC North would be happy if the Browns traded back, because both those players present significant problems based on what the Browns have in the roster. I think they're hoping, I hope they reach for a quarterback, or I hope they trade back. But they don't want us to sit and pick.
Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be so interesting. But from my perspective, I really don't think they want them, especially if you're like the Bengals, like you definitely don't want them to get Abdul Carter. Because Miles, like you don't the pass rush is already formidable with just Miles and the supporting cast. If they had Miles on that duel, like if that causes you a nightmare, especially when you talk about quarterbacks, when you talk about Lamar, you talk about Joe Burrow, and whoever the Steelers throw out there to be, especially if it's old Aaron Rodgers who can't move as well anymore, like that would be a nightmare every game. Twice a year too. That would be a nightmare.
Here's why I think people go the other way with it. People know and are going to assume the Browns defense is going to give them problems anyway because they have Myles Garrett. What they aren't worried about is the Browns can put up points. And if they feel like Travis can help you put up points, well, then that turns it from like, oh, this is a fun game, they're keeping it close, to they could fucking beat us, right? Because now they can put up points. They have a guy who could put up points. And right now the Browns have no X factor on offense, right? Nick Chubb's not who he used to be. Jerry Jeudy's really good, but he's not like get the ball to him and see what happens type thing, right? But that's what Travis can be, is like, hey, you get the ball to this dude, he could be your whole offense for you. And I think that's what concerns people, on top of the fact that he could legitimately play corner for him too. So, and probably will play corner for him too. So I think he improves the defense, he improves the offense. And I think a lot of AFC North teams are like understanding that, hey, the reason you could beat the Browns isn't because their defense is good. It's because their offense was awful last year. They couldn't put up any points. You get them somebody who can get them points like Travis can, then all of a sudden, like, it's going to be a lot harder to beat them, even with like Joe Flacco out there slanging the rock for him.
Joe Flacco, man. How we feel about the Joe thing, bro? Because it's like, I'm not going to lie. Jay Ray says it's a win-win either way. I agree. But I just can't get the pick sixes in the playoff game out of my head every time I think about Joe. I can't get it out of my head every time I think about it, bro. I'm like,
here's where I go with Joe Flacco. Last year at Indy, you look at his numbers, they're identical to what he did those 6 games in Cleveland, right? The problem with Joe Flacco isn't that he's not going to be capable of playing a good game here or there. He's going to give you a 300-yard, 3-touchdown game. I think he'll be pretty good at the beginning of the season. The issue with Joe Flacco is he hasn't played 17 games since 2017. And there's been a reason why he hasn't played 17 games since 2017. And now he's 40, right? So he hasn't done this since he was 32. Now he's 40 years old. The probabilities you get this dude to play the whole season for you is so low. So what do you play for that sizable chunk of the season? I'm talking about a guy who hasn't played more than 8 starts since Lamar Jackson was a rookie. Like, what do you do when he's not on the field? Is Kenny Pickett going to be good enough to hold it down for them 8 games? I'm not confident, right? Like, is a rookie quarterback, no matter who it is, going to be good enough to hold it down for them 8 games? I'm not confident. Also, there's a question of like, hey, if you do draft a rookie quarterback, I get wanting to have them sit for a while. But to me, this screams, if we draft a Jaylen Milroe at 33, you kind of have to have him play because you got to start the clock on him, right? Because if you're going to get Jaylen, you got to give him like 36 starts before you make a decision on him or something around that range, right? Like, we're talking about close to 2 full seasons of starts. So if you sit him for a whole year, then you're extending this until 2027. So you probably want to play him his rookie year. So what you're going to hope is that he gives you sparks the rookie year. The next year he follows it up with a good season. And in the year after that, you're so good with Jaylen Milroe, you're not even thinking about the 2027 draft class. That's the hope there, right, with that pick. But you don't know how that's going to play out until you play him, right? Just sitting him on the bench, I think it's just extending the window. And no, I don't want him to play week 1 if you draft him. But you're going to have to eventually play him. And I think that's what bringing in Joe Flacco signifies. If they do get a quarterback in the first 3 rounds of the draft, is that dude's likely going to play at least 4, probably 6 starts. Because I don't see them pushing Kenny Pickett more than 2. So right now I'm piecing together about 10 starts with what's on the roster. 10, 11 starts between Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. So how are you going to fill the rest of that gap there? Do I think Joe can put together a good stretch of games? Sure. But like, I'm not. If Joe Flacco could put together 17 games that look like what he did at the end of 2023, he would be being paid $20 million and he'd be on a 3-year contract somewhere. He wouldn't be here in Cleveland playing for 3. So that's the thing, right? I don't know how long it will last. I'm sure he will give us some fun moments. But like same thing I said with Jameis. Do not go into this thinking that some magic gonna happen, right? We went into the Jameis thing, and I remember telling people, don't eat them damn magic beans, right? I sat here, I'm like, look, it's gonna be fun. Jameis gonna unlock the ball. He gonna throw that bitch downfield, and you're gonna have some incredible moments with Jameis. I said all of that, but I also said, understand that man's still Jameis Winston, right? And he gonna do Jameis Winston shit. He's not gonna change. He's been in the league too long to change. He's played way too many football games. We were like Geno Smith. The one thing I said in the video about could he be Geno Smith? Geno didn't play that much. We just didn't know who the fuck Geno was until he got to Seattle. With Jameis, there are a large sample of games of knowing what Jameis does and what he is. And even when you look at the samples in New Orleans, he was the same guy. Joe Flacco gonna be the same guy. He's gonna throw interceptions, and he's old. And that's going to matter, right? The throwing interceptions is going to matter, and the old is going to matter, right? And he might give you reason to ignore that for a couple of weeks early on in the season, but don't fool yourself into thinking, oh, we're just going to squeeze out 17 with him. I'd be shocked if we squeezed out 17 with him and had like a positive record by doing that. The Browns, I would hope, are operating with the understanding that this does mean that if you were seriously evaluating a quarterback to draft, you really got to know how you feel about that by April, because if you take that guy, he's going to play. You know, no ifs, ands, buts about it, not mine.
Get ready, Jaylen. You know what I'm saying? Get ready.
I'm going to read some Joe Flacco numbers when it comes to the early down offense, because I'm doing an article about this. So when Anthony Richardson started, the Colts offense EPA per play, it was 0.58. When Flacco came in, it was negative 8.12. And when it comes to their success rate, what they had Richardson out there, it was 37%. When it was with Flacco, it was 33%.
Okay.
And when it comes to run success rate, Richardson 41%, Flacco 25%. So the Colts offense was even worse when Flacco was out there. And I'm watching the tape now on Flacco. When he was with the Colts, I'm like, there's a reason why the Colts let him go. He was bad last year. Like, don't let the stats fool you. The tape looked awful. He looked like he's slow. He's really slow. I mean, he's 40. What do you expect?
I mean, he was slow when he was 25. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, he's slow when he's 25. He's slow when he's 40. But that arm strain looks like it's probably going to be cooked around week 1 when the season starts. Like, expecting this man to come in and play consistently for 17 straight games, I'm like, don't expect it at all.
Yeah, like I think he'll have enough arm first month of the season to maybe make people believe, but the small injuries are going to add up, right? I mean, that's what happened with Kirk Cousins. He had a small injury that normally wouldn't bug him, but it completely shat his game to a corner that made him have to get off the field. And he's older than Kirk Cousins by like 2 years. So you can expect the same thing to happen, right? So yeah, like Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, what it looks like you have here is a stopgap before somebody else plays. I'm just wondering who the somebody else is, right? And all signs point to that somebody else being somebody who wore the number 4 at Alabama. Like,
oh, we doing 4s up? We doing 4s up now?
I think he's gonna wear 2 in Cleveland if he gets drafted here, because he uses this device because his number is 4 because he does, and this is how you know I've been doing deep research on these players. People are like, oh, Quincy don't want it. No, I'm serious about it. He wears the number 4 because his birthday is December 13th. 1 + 3 = 4. Also 4 quarters in the football game. That was his original reason for it. He wore 2 at Alabama because 1 - 3 is 2.
Okay.
So he's probably going to pick 2 because he can't pick 3. 1 divided by 3 or 1 times 3. So it's probably going to be 2. But yeah, Yeah. Two's gonna have to play. Like, there's really nothing gonna hold him back from playing. And honestly, if you draft the quarterback, I know people love the idea of sitting a dude for a year, but let's be real. One, we don't got the incubator for that kind of thing. And two, now you got to play these motherfuckers, dog. You got to see what they got. Like, you can work on your mechanics all you want, but if you're not playing, it don't matter. So, I'm not on the sit Jaylen Milroe for a year, have him fix his mechanics. I don't think he's that much bigger of a project than anybody else in this class. And everybody else, I'll be like, give him like 6 to 8 weeks. To give him that extra training camp, right? The 2 months. And then after that, all right, man, it's time, bro. And let him know, hey, dog, end of October, you got to be ready. Like, it's going to go down. It could go down. Unless Joe Flacco does something amazing, your time's coming in November. So you should be ready. You better be ready. And hell, he might get hurt. He old as shit. But we're going to have Kenny Pickett in here to play if that happens. That's what Kenny here for. If Joe get hurt during that period, we're gonna play him. But
you don't think Kenny's gonna be the starter week one?
Probably not.
You don't think he's gonna have a chance to show
He will. I'm just not confident in what he's gonna show. Like, if Kenny Pickett like balls out, they would rather start a Kenny Pickett that looks like he's made a leap than Joe Flacco. Because he's 27. Like, you could reliably lean on Kenny for the whole year if he made some kind of fucking leap in the preseason. I just have no faith that that's going to happen. So I think Kenny Pickett's most likely use is going to be all right, man, you are here so we don't have to play the rookie for the first 8 weeks. Joe Flacco is here so we don't have to play the rookie for the first 8 weeks. Like, this is really no different than going out and getting Jacoby Brissett. And what's Jacoby Brissett the king of? Holding it down so somebody else take the crown, right? That Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback equivalent of I'm just holding this here for my homeboy, right? And that's what Joe Flacco is. There's no way he's going to play 17 games. If he does, I'd be shocked.
Man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. What happens?
If we get the 33rd pick, are we out in the 2026 class? Unless we're so bad that we get the number 1 overall pick, probably.
Yeah, they're probably not going to take anybody in the 2026 class. And the guy that they would probably take, just based on who they're probably going to take this year, will probably be Lenore Sellers.
Yeah, like let's say Lenore Sellers turns into wins the Heisman, has the kind of year that makes him a no-brainer Joe Burrow level prospect. It don't fucking matter who on this roster. We're going to take him. Like, we could take Jaylen Milroe at 10. It don't fucking matter. We're gonna circle back and get him if we have the chance to get him, if that's the kind of prospect that he is. But outside of something like that, yeah, you're betting on to be better than the back end of whatever the projected quarterback class is next year. And like, it's not the worst bet in the world.
Listen, Jaylen has a ton of potential, bro. Like, he's got a ton of potential. He's got all the traits that you look for in a quarterback. I even saw a video
class that could be a game breaker, right? Like, at the quarterback position where it's like, okay, well, you can't even I don't know what you do with that.
Yeah, especially if you're talking about him as a runner too. Like,
yeah,
he's legitimately a weapon as a runner of the football. When you're not even the fastest guys on the field aren't going to be able to catch him if he gets going.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's that kind of a runner. I also saw a video from Josh Norris because Jaylen Milroe had 24 career fumbles in college, and legitimately 10 of them are horrible snaps from the center.
No, that's such a real thing with Jaylen Milroe. He had the worst center snapping I've ever seen. Like, that's why watching his tape made me not care. And I'm glad you brought this up because it's something that slips my mind every time I talk about fucking Jaylen Milroe. But he had, in his 2 years as a starter, the worst collection of snaps I've ever seen a quarterback.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
He's picking up the ball from the ground consistently. And I'm like, okay, I got no worries about his hand size anymore because he's handling these bad snaps oftentimes really well. There have been a few times where he didn't handle it well, but like, I mean, could you blame him? These snaps are fucking terrible that he gets at Alabama all the time. I don't know what was going on with them, but it was a thing. You go back and you watch like Alabama broadcasts, especially like from 2023. They're like, yeah, it's been a storyline this year. The snaps have been awful, and it's like, oh shit, like because when you watch it on film, you're like, what is going on with the snaps? And
it was so crazy, bro. Like there was one. Funny enough, of the 10 plays that you saw, 2 of them he picked up.
Mm-hmm.
He picked the ball up, and they led to touchdowns. I think one was a touchdown pass, and the one he picked the ball up, handed it off, and then the running back ran it in for a touchdown. But there was one that went like the one fumble that he lost that I remember. He literally snapped it right above his head, and he turns around and he's running, trying to get the ball, and he tries to pick it up. And you know, sometimes when you go down and try to pick the ball up, the ball just kind of like goes wherever the ball wants to go. And like he tried to scoop it up, but he couldn't get it. And then like there was like 4 defenders there, and they all just like fell on the ball. I'm like, bro, that's not his fault, dog. Like that's not on him, bro. That's not his fault.
And this is why I say I wonder how people would view Jaylen Milroe if he played at Arkansas versus Alabama. Because another thing that I think is clear, worst offensive line that I've ever seen Alabama have was 2024. That line was awful. And it was much worse than it was in 2023. And credit to Jaylen Milroe, he took way less sacks in 24 than he did in 23. And I thought that line was worse. And his pressure to sack numbers were better. So I'm like, okay, that's something to work with, right? Because a lot of the times, like you're like, oh, you assume Alabama, they have the best this and that. And they have good wide receivers at Alabama, some good skill players. But on the trenches, they got decimated. And defensively, they got decimated. You know, they lost. I mean, Ohio State know all about that. But that's not the same Alabama team that we're used to. And I think people just assume he had a good offense. Like if I go out on the street and I ask people, hey, who do you think had the best offensive line between, like rank them, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jaylen Milroe? I think most people put Shedeur as the worst one. And having the worst offensive lines, and then probably Jaylen Milroe's the number 1 guy. He had the best offensive line, but Jaylen Milroe had the worst one. Number 2 is clearly Shedeur Sanders, and then like the best offensive line situation by a metric fuck ton is Cam Ward and what he had in Miami. So and like support too. Like you watch that Miami team on tape, and I get the exact opposite reaction where I watch Miami and I'm like, how did this team not make the playoffs? They have NFL players everywhere. Damian Martinez is an NFL
especially
player.
On offense, bro. They got a ton of NFL
guys all over the place, right? And then you're like, how did they not make the playoffs? And then you see some of the decisions that Cam Ward makes, and you're like, oh, I think he made that team a little bit worse at times. Like, I think he kind of held them back at times. I watched Jaylen Milroe, and I'm like, he certainly did not help him in some moments. What do you say?
I said Arroyo too on Miami. He's cold.
Yeah, Arroyo, Restrepo, Martinez. They got an offensive tackle in there that I thought.
Real quick, since you brought it up, Xavier Restrepo, firmly on my do not draft. Firmly on my do not draft list. No, it's not even I don't like him, bro. And like this is one of the things where I know, because I can like hear Corey or somebody yelling at me in my ear right now when he's saying like, "Hey, you can't just let athletic testing scare you off a guy."
Oh, athletic testing.
I was like, bro, he ran a 4.85. Like,
he ran a what?
Yeah, and pro day, not combine. Pro day, he ran a 4.85.
What do you?
I'm like, he didn't run at the combine. Pro day, you ran a 4.85? Nah, bro, I can't do it. I'm sorry.
It might be a Jarvis situation because he does separate on tape a lot.
Bro,
4.83?
4.83. Either way, can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It depends on what round.
I can't do it, bro.
David Bell, what was he? 4.85? Was David Bell 4.7?
No, I think David Bell was a 4.6.
No shot. David Bell was 4.6.
I think he was in the 4.6s, bro.
I remember everybody was like Jarvis Landry when he took him. Yeah, he was 4.65.
Yeah, 0.2.
I don't think it makes sense for the Browns to get, because like we don't need another one of those.
Man, I was like 485, bro. I don't know if I could. They said that he pulled his hamstring.
He definitely I think he's a 4'6" guy.
I was like, I hope he pulled his hamstring for real.
He's somebody who he's in that class of wide receiver where he's going to catch in on the right fit, right? But I don't know if you draft a guy like that. I think you just want to end up with a guy like that. You feel me?
Like priority UDFA?
Nah. He's going to get drafted somewhere in the first 4 or 5 rounds, but he get cut, and then that's when you get him. You know what I mean? Like some of these guys you evaluate because you're like, I don't want to draft you, but I do want to be the first team to pick you up after you get cut. Look, you see that in play with Philly. They picked up DTR because that was the same evaluation they had on him. I don't want to draft him, but I will pick you up after you've ran your course in your first team. You know,
man.
Yeah, Restrepo gonna be it's like that Ben Skoranek type shit. That's where he is.
I seen 483. I said, oh no.
Yeah, he probably. Well, he also ran so at Purdue. Okay, I'm tripping. That's David Bell. David Bell ran 4.71 at his pro day.
He was 4.65 at the combine.
Yeah, but he ran 4.71 at the pro day.
That's crazy.
You know what that means? He picked up he lost weight for the combine, ran a 4.65, and then he
put that way back on. Put that way back on.
Ran 4.71. That's what happened.
Yeah, put that way back on.
Yeah, and that's the other thing with Xavier is he's gonna have to pick up weight, so you worry about that too. That's the thing that got me out on not Troy Franklin, but the other dude from Oregon, skinny fast guy, where I'm like, oh, he's gonna have to pick up weight.
Tez Johnson?
Tez, yeah. It ain't worth it if he got to pick up weight. He got to pick up a lot of weight.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Browns brought him in.
He got to gain 30 pounds until he's as skinny as Travis Hunter.
Yeah, if you look at the receivers they brought in, they brought in Ty Felton, who's super fast. They brought in Isaiah Bond, who's super fast. They brought in Tez, who's fast on tape.
He's quick on tape.
On tape, yeah, on tape he's fast. And then obviously Travis. They clearly trying to get faster all over the place. Even if you look at the running backs they brought in on visits, not Scatterboo, obviously, but Quinshawn, he was in the 4-4.
You know what they trying to bring in? Called playmakers. They
even
playmakers on offense.
Who's the running back from Virginia Tech?
Oh, Byshul Tootin.
Yeah, he fast as shit. I did not realize that.
Jadon Blue. They bring him in yet?
No, they didn't bring Jadon. He fumbles way too much.
He fixed that.
Can you?
Yeah, it's been fixed before. It's it's the one thing that people are yeah, you could definitely fix that. But Tiki Barber fixed it. So many running backs have fixed it. Oh, you can fix it.
I don't like that.
I mean, the shit. Hey, look, you could not fumble your whole college career. You get to the league, you drop 2 fumbles in your rookie year. Then all of a sudden, it don't fucking matter that you didn't fumble in college.
That's true.
You feel what I mean? What he did in college, I'm all right, he fumbled in college, but it is what it is. If he comes in the NFL, he don't fumble, then he don't fumble. Because he's also going to be used differently in the NFL. He's going to be a receiving back, Yeah,
he's going to be a receiving back.
So if he fumbles at receiver, he just drops the ball. It's incomplete pass. Ain't that big of a deal.
Yeah, if things go well, it's an incomplete pass, so you don't have to worry about it.
It's an incomplete pass. Ain't that big of a deal.
But you got to think about things in terms of
it's
the Browns, though.
Well, it's if you were asking on the punt return, okay, I care about the fumbles, right? All of a sudden, I care about the fumbles because I'm not dealing with the punt returner with butterfingers, right? Not going. You drop the punt. That's bad. That's real bad, right? That's detrimental. But you drop a check down, it's annoying, but it's doesn't give up possession.
It's gonna infuriate me. It's gonna infuriate me personally.
Yeah, but you can live with it. It's not. It's fumbles are unlivable, but we'll see what happens there. Because Jerome Ford didn't fumble in college, but now people be worried about him fumbling because he fumbled, right? It just takes very little to be nervous about somebody fumbling. You can usually fix it.
Who have the Browns brought in for their top 30 visits?
I paid no attention. I think 22. Corey has a list of 22 on his website. Well, 22 plus the local guys, but they're likely going to draft a bunch of dudes they didn't bring in on visits. Got this super chat. Can we, this is from Ray Rags. Can we talk about how the hell ESPN has us picking these QBs other than the Browns need a QB, so they'll pick one? They had to stop with the narrative with the second pick because it became obvious that the Browns weren't taking the QB. I hate when ESPN does this because I hate when they be so late on shit. Because, I'll just say something that I'm pretty sure they're not going to take a quarterback based on, everything that you've heard. And then because I say that, and ESPN's no, they're going to draft the quarterback. I get shit on for 4 straight months about this because ESPN isn't saying what I'm saying. But when ESPN says what I'm saying, I'm like, oh, okay, where the fuck are y'all at? Scarton says, at 33, how likely is it and how do you feel? I'm not a big Nick Scarton guy, are you?
I'm not a huge Nick Scarton guy. I think they said that he lost 20 pounds from when he played at Texas A&M. He's back to his Purdue playing weight at 265, which I think is probably going to help him because I think he was playing too heavy at Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think it's interesting that some of the edges they've looked at, outside of Abdul, because they've done 2 things where they've looked at receivers outside of Travis and they've looked at edges outside of Abdul. Scarton's probably going to be there if they want to take him, but I don't think they would take him at 33.
Somebody asked this question. At the NCAA, if you could just draft any player that plays college football currently, who goes in the top 5? Lagway, Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Smith. I don't know if Ryan Williams is top 5, but he's definitely top 10 in there.
There's definitely some defense. There's definitely a defensive player that we're not thinking about.
Oh, what's the dude name for South Carolina?
Who?
They got a dude there that everybody's like, that's the next up. Let me try to look him up. I think it's number 5 or number 6. I remember thinking that's a big dude. Is it Dylan Stewart?
Ooh, no, Caleb Downs. I didn't even think about that.
Caleb Downs.
Ooh, does Caleb Downs go top 5?
I
go
think
top 5?
Caleb Downs 1,000% goes top 5. I think Dylan Stewart, probably not this year. Dylan Stewart want to go top 5 as a freshman. But Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Smith, Lagway, if he puts together a good season next year, I think he becomes the number 1 overall pick because you still got to put it together, right? He hasn't done that yet. He's had some great moments and he looks like DJ Lagway. Then you can throw in I think Hunter Carter probably get in that mix too there. So Hunter Carter, Jeremiah Smith, Caleb Downs. Is anybody I'm missing? Is there one more guy? Because I think in the top 5, the only 2 are cracking it if all the NCAA's in is Hunter and Carter for this year's class. Genty's a top 5 player, but he's not going to be a top 5 pick.
Did you say?
You said what?
You didn't say Arch, did you?
Arch ain't going top 5 right now.
Man, the hype is crazy.
The hype is crazy, but come on, man. My man didn't beat out Quinn Ewers.
The hype is crazy and last name,
yeah. He got proof he could walk and chew bubblegum first. We gonna say DJ Lagway got more to prove, dog. We gotta say him to Arch.
Somebody said the Texas edge, Collins. Good call out, Ty. Good call out, Ty. Good call out.
Who's it? There was I saw a video of this edge Florida got, this true freshman Florida got. And I'm like, what they got going in these school lunches, dog?
Hey man, it's real out there. It's real out there.
Like, what is going on?
Maybe the Browns is like, hey, yeah, we can pass up on that dude because we got some edges coming.
Yeah.
we got some dudes coming. We'll be all right.
Hey, you got the dude, right? Like, you'll be fine ultimately at pass rush if you just have Miles.
What about Shiloh?
Shiloh? Like Shiloh Sanders? Who brought him up?
Somebody just said J Ray said that. He said he's playing.
Oh, I'm about to say, like, you asked me if he gonna get drafted? Probably not.
Hey, you know what? My take on
Shiloh's gonna be amazing for the UFL.
No, my hot take on Shiloh is that I think he could be a good special teams player.
Maybe. It's a hard thing to project, but sure.
It's a hard thing to project, but I was like, man, I would put Shiloh on kickoff.
Well, I will project with Shiloh. If his brother's any good, then he better get good at special teams, because brother, that's how you stand in the league.
That's what I'm saying, man. One thing Shiloh will do, he will run down real fast and hit somebody.
They gonna have Shiloh might be a special teams demon, but not for the league or the team we thinking. He might be out there with destroying out there with the San Antonio Brahmas, running that special teams, running up them vlogs. Look, if I were him and I didn't make it to the league, that's what I'm doing. Hey, destroy, you kicking for the Brahmas next year? Let me vlog with you. Let me get that rub off your vlog series, bro. And then that's probably gonna hit for him. That would be a pretty good business strategy, because then destroying gets to associate with the Sanders brand. Shiloh gets to peel off some of that destroying audience, and then boom, you have a self-sufficient career as an influencer, which, let's be real, Shiloh Sanders wants to be. He likes attention. Like, he ain't never gonna get on the football field, not no damn NFL, but he'll get it there.
Soul Trade said, what do you think of the DT from Florida, Desmond Watson? Over 400 pounds.
The big motherfucker.
Strong as shit.
I remember I was watching a random Florida Bowl game this year, and I was like, oh my Lord, that is the largest man I've ever seen in my life.
Dead ass. Big as shit.
I don't know if he could play because I just haven't watched him that deeply, but, if he can, then yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
he probably like a UDFA, but I bring him in the camp.
Dude that big.
I'll bring him in the camp.
I'm telling you right now, dude that big, if he runs anywhere under a 640.
Oh, I wonder if he did though. I think he might have. Hold on. Let me actually go to the beast.
Wait, is he in the draft this year?
Yes, he's in the draft this year.
What's his name?
Desmond Watson. 5'9"
Yeah, he'll be drafted. I'm not gonna draft him.
Oh man, let me see where Dane has him, or if he has him ranked at all.
Probably not, but somebody just going. Some old football guy is gonna be like, that guy's big. This same thing happened with Siaki Ika.
He does. Dane does have him ranked
464 pounds.
His 53rd ranked defensive tackle.
There's not going to be 53 drafted defensive tackles. I don't know. This year, actually, let me rescind that. Definitely UDFA. It's too strong of a tackle class.
Yeah, 6'6", 464 pounds.
From Plant City, Florida. That shit sounds made up.
Man, he's grade free agent.
I'm telling you, though, don't undercut the possibility of football guy looking at him and saying, well, we need size.
Man, 460, I just don't think I don't know if you're going to be able to move, but also you might not even have to move that much.
Oh, you're looking at it the wrong way. You might not be able to move, and that might be the point.
Because how they going to move you?
Yeah, if he can't move, he can't move. Man, like, might be the point. Look, you want to stop the tush push? I spend a 7th on it. Like, if I'm in the NFC East, how do you stop the tush push? Just put his big ass somewhere around it.
Bro, you literally just put him in the middle and just be like, all I need you to do is move forward.
I need him to get a touchdown. I need it. But who's the one dude Baltimore had? He just retired, right?
Who?
He got an interception against Bailey Zapp this year.
Oh, yeah. I can't think of his name. Michael Pierce, I think his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's Michael Pierce.
Yeah, look. There's a lane. Okay. He might be in Baltimore.
Listen, bro, 464 pounds. That's insane.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how low he can get.
That ass, bro. I'll just be like, hey, man.
He might be the first one that like honestly, if I were getting kooky with my ways to stop the tush push, I'd be like, all right, Desmond, you're gonna start to play. Like, don't even like try to get into a stance and try to get low. Just drop on one knee, and instead of like going forward and lurching, just arms up, wall it off immediately. Like, wall it off. Grab one guard, grab the center, knee, wall. And then we'll just try to shoot over you.
Man.
Because that's just a lot of mass to move. It's 500 pounds.
How 500 pounds, bro? Even NFL offensive lineman probably like, shit.
No, NFL offensive lineman by a solid 160. A whole test.
like we using Taz Johnson as a unit of measure.
Yeah, like Taz Johnson holding a 10-pounder weight. That's more than whatever the best left tackle in the NFL weighs right now.
A whole Taz. He weighed more than a whole Taz.
A whole Taz plus Taz's curl in 14 pounds. That's somebody gonna try to cook something up. Some defensive genius is gonna try to cook something up there to stop like quarterback sneaks or something stupid like that. We'll see if it's successful or worth rostering, but like theoretically, this is the kind of shit the coaches love.
Man, that's something.
It's not just football we have to talk about. We got the Cavs to talk about. We got the NBA playoffs to talk about. First of all, let's go through this play-in tournament here.
Can we just skip the East? The East doesn't matter.
Who do you think is going to be the 7 and 8 in the East?
7's gonna be the Magic. 8's kind of interesting. I get the AFC right now is the Hawks, right?
Yes.
AFC right now is the Hawks, and the 9th seed is the Heat.
It's Chicago. The Heat are 10.
Oh, Chicago's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes it a little bit more interesting.
With the annual play-in bowl that we get between the fucking Chicago and the Heat.
You know what? Let's go Magic 7. Let's go Bulls 8. Let's get interesting. Let's go Bulls 8.
See, selfishly, I don't know if I want Atlanta to get the 8 seed because on one hand, I can go to them games. On the other hand, I've literally never witnessed the Cavs win in that goddamn stadium. Okay.
Yeah, let's get the Bulls at 8 because I think that's the easiest series for the Cavs, to be completely honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much of a difference there between Atlanta, the Bulls. Like the Heat to be annoying. Like I'm worried about. Like, don't the Heat have Kelly Olynyk?
I don't know.
Let's double check that because look, let me tell you what I'm not trying to deal with. A year where we have championship hopes and playing Kelly Olynyk in the first fucking round. Where's he at? Where did he get? Okay, he's in New Orleans. We don't have to worry about Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Also, though, I don't want them to play Atlanta because, like, I'm pretty sure those games are going to be blacked out in my area. And I don't want to go to the bar to watch the Cavs every game, man. It's not fun.
It sounded a lot about like it's about you right now, Q.
What I'm going to do. This is selfish. Yes, I'm like what?
It sounds exactly like it's all about you right now.
I don't give a fuck who they play in the first round. I think they're going to win. Like, I'm not. The matchup is not the concern. The Cavs are cool. I'm just like, okay, well, now that the matchup's not a concern, what's most convenient for me? You know?
All right, let's look at the rest of these standings.
Now let's look at the West play-in.
That's where it gets fun.
Mm.
It's about to get fun.
Who's the 7-8 matchup? It's Golden State and it's Memphis. A lot of people are assuming Memphis gonna win that one, right?
No, a lot of people are assuming the Warriors are going to win that. The Grizzlies have been a mess for like a month. I would be shocked.
Gotten out the play-in, right?
Yeah, Golden State's gotten out the play-in.
No, I saw somewhere like 0-4 in the play-in or some shit like that.
They should 0-4
or 0-3. Yeah,
I know the Lakers beat them. Did the Lakers beat them twice? I think the Lakers beat them twice.
Yeah, and I think they lost to
Golden State Warriors playing record. Revisiting their struggles.
You said what? They don't really got the stats.
Oh, they're 0-3 in the play-in tournament. Yeah. Lakers lost to the Lakers, lost to the Grizzlies. That's the same season. And then lost to the Kings in 2024. Ooh.
They say you look like Black Dynamite.
Yeah, they just said I look like Black Dynamite. Great movie. Great cartoon.
I was say this movie. I thought it was an anime.
No, it's a. Oh yeah, happy National Anime Day for everybody who observes.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yes, it is. It is actually like.
Shout out to y'all. Yeah, I'm not gonna shit on somebody on their day. You know, shout out to anime watchers, anime enjoyers.
Make sure y'all clip that. Anyway.
Evil. Damn, I'm out here off the breaks on the one day. See, this is why I can't fuck with y'all. Okay.
Sure, I clip that, so we got that.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Iceman said we skipped his Lenore's question. Hold on. Did we?
I don't know. I see Damo in chat too. Let me see.
Oh yeah, me and him gotta make a bet about Travis. We will do that at some point.
Messier, is it before or after this one?
Hold on, where's I'm trying to Iceman, we trying to find it.
It might not be a super.
It's cool. Let me see what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm probably why we can't find it.
And I'm scrolling through all the comments. Bro, when did you ask this?
Well, what did he ask? Can we just answer it?
He said it was a Lenore's question, and I'm trying to see.
Bro, re-ask the Lenore's question. We'll answer it.
Yeah.
Just put it in chat. Like regular chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asking if Q. Oh, yeah. Nah, Lenore's don't play Georgia Tech right this year. So no. I'm planning to go see Lenore's Labor Day weekend because I think it's on Monday. They play Virginia Tech in Atlanta. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that if I get the time and the chance.
Get the scouting done.
Hey, look. It was very informative going out to see Cam Ward. Okay. I should have went to Tuscaloosa. It's not that far.
Man, that's gonna be. I like.
I'm definitely seeing when Georgia Tech played Cade this year too.
Oh, you go see Clubnet?
Yeah, I'm about to see Malachi Newell too because UT Texas San Antonio plays Kennesaw. So, I mean, I'm putting the work in. Right? Just because I don't be tweeting no more, don't mean I don't be working.
Our man on the ground, man. Our man on the ground.
You know, spending that time more productively, touching grass and shit. Oh yeah, we were talking about the play-in. So what's the 9-10 game?
In Kings Mavericks.
I don't
Kings
give a fuck about
Mavericks.
that at all.
Yeah, that's not very entertaining. Maybe the Kings win just because the
Boy,
Mavs are
am I
beat up.
hoping Memphis and Golden State win.
Yeah, that makes it a lot more interesting. I'm not gonna lie, it makes it a lot more interesting.
So I think
Who do I
Golden
want?
State probably gets.
You know what I want?
What?
I want Memphis to get the 7th seed because I want Thunder Warriors first round.
You don't want LeBron Warriors second round?
No, because the Lakers are the 3 seed.
Oh, so it would be so they gotta get the 7 seed. That's what I'm saying. Like the Warriors would have to be the 7.
Oh,
right?
you're talking about second round.
Yeah.
Well, you making this? Well, they would probably beat the Rockets. I'm not gonna lie, they would probably beat the Rockets.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler.
No, I really want to see Thunder Warriors first round. I think that's a fun first round.
Why
matchup.
are we punishing the Thunder like this? Like,
No, I want to see. That's like a 1-8 matchup where I could low key see the 8 seed actually like winning. And
that's what I'm saying. Why are we punishing the Thunder? They have done nothing to us.
I'm just saying, bro. Like that would be fun.
Nah, look, Thunder. I want Oklahoma City to have to play the Grizzlies, right? Like, I mean, like, don't go out with one. Don't go out with one, because then all of that.
You're not thinking though. You got to think long term about what's best for the Cavs too.
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking
what's best for the Cavs is the Thunder getting out of there early. Yeah, that's the best case scenario.
Thunder. Here's my theory. I have a number of teams that I'm like, matchup problem for the Cavs, right? In the West. One team, because they are the brand that they are, nobody's going to take them seriously. But if you really think about it, they are the team where I'm like, boy, I hope they don't go on a run. I don't think they will.
Who?
A healthy Clippers.
The Clippers would be a rough matchup for the Cavs in the final
because they have strength. It's like James, Kawhi, Zubac, like all of the things the Cavs lack that could be bullied. They have, and that's a recipe for the Cavs to have an underwhelming series. So 4-5, I'm fine with the 4-5 matchup. It's what, Denver and Clippers?
The Clippers are gonna win.
You think the Clippers gonna win?
I think the Clippers are gonna win.
See, I kind of need Denver to win that series. So the Clippers are out. And then boom, it's Nuggets. What? Well, they're the 1-4, so they would get Nuggets, Oklahoma City. I think Oklahoma City handles them.
They would.
And then the Lakers will probably get out that bracket, or the Warriors, or whoever ends up fucking out that bracket. Probably gonna be one of the legacy teams. And then if it's the Lakers, well then they ain't getting past the Nuggets. So then you get the Nuggets. And I don't think the Nuggets got it. Or if it's the Golden State Warriors, they do get past the Nuggets, and I want them. I want Evan Mobley to put a stamp on whatever disrespect he's going to get with his Defensive Player of the Year award by banging on Draymond Green in the finals. Finish what LeBron tried to do in Game 7. Like, the job's not done. Okay? We end this now.
Let me tell you what the Cavs want. Assuming they can get past the Boston Celtics, which is a huge assumption to make. Mm-hmm. Who they would want to play coming out the West, they don't want to play. I don't think they want to play the Clippers, and I don't think they want to play the Thunder. If I'm being honest, I don't think they want to play.
I think we could beat the Thunder in the 7-game series.
I think they
are very good.
I think they could beat the Thunder. I don't think they want to play the Thunder.
Here's how I'll put it. I think I'm more worried about the idea of it being LeBron and Luka in the finals than the Thunder.
I get it. I get
because we can go matchups, but like those are two guys who can think their way out of matchups and execute out of it.
To be real with you, and I say this as a Laker fan, the Cavs are probably the worst matchup for the Lakers.
I agree with everything that you're thinking on paper. It's just I'm not betting against LeBron in Cleveland.
But the Lakers are also going to have the 2 best players in the series.
Yeah, and they're going to have LeBron at home and then when he's on the road, he's in fucking Cleveland.
It's so LeBron at home in every game.
Yeah, that's
It's
at the end of his fucking career with his son on the team. No, we're gonna get whatever LeBron got left. And then we gonna have to hear people talk about how we gotta appreciate it while he doing it to us. Nah, I'm not doing that, dog.
Man,
there's
it would be
so
fun.
Much room for shenanigans and bullshit. It's the Lakers. They have LeBron. They have fucking Luka. So you know the referees are gonna be on some bullshit,
bro. Oh,
so
you can't sleep on Austin Reeves either.
Huh?
You can't sleep on Austin Reeves either.
Austin Reeves, referees, it's both gonna be a fucking problem, right? like, let's be real about what we're talking. The NBA absolutely wants LeBron to win that title.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie though. Lakers Cavs would 100% be the most entertaining finals.
Yeah, and it will be full of shenanigans and bullshit.
It's the most dramatic. Both the teams are really good. You got a lot of superstars.
Like Kings fans in years where the Lakers like, yeah, we stole that one. That means nothing to me. Nah. I don't even want to be put in that position. I need Jokic to do what Jokic do. Get rid of him. Okay.
All right, we ain't worried about that. D'Lo not on the team no more. We good.
It was D'Lo and AD. Look, I just need Jokic to do what he does when he sees those colors. Okay.
I'm good. I ain't worried.
Which is turned into Larry Bird. Okay.
Right, we got Luka now. I ain't worried about that.
That's gonna make it worse.
I don't know.
He's like,
that's his best friend. That's my best friend. That's his best friend.
That's betrayal.
That's his best friend.
Working for the ops now? Oh, it's twofold. It's twofold. So yeah. And like my mind tells me, and I agree with the people in chat, like, oh, my mind tells me the Cavs should win that series, like if they play the Lakers. But boy, my gut tells me something else. Like, the closer and closer it becomes to a possibility. Someone said the Nuggets not doing shit without Mike Malone. Hey, look, man, this is sports. And the one thing I've learned from covering sports, you do get a bullshit 2-week burst when you fire your coach. You get that little boost.
What's the record right now? What's the record in the last couple games?
I think they won their last 3 or some shit like that. Hey, maybe Mike, what's the problem?
Look at his recent games. Let's see. You said maybe Mike's the problem. That's funny. Yeah, they won their last 3.
I'm saying sometimes it just, somebody get fired, just it makes people focus.
They lost their previous 4 before that, though.
Mm-hmm. Look, the coach fire bump. It's one of the realest things in sports.
Yeah, beat the Kings, beat the Grizzlies, beat the Rockets. But the Rockets was, I don't even know if the Rockets played anybody in that last game. Did they?
And look, the same way I won't discount LeBron versus the Cavs, I cannot discount what Jokic could do against the Lakers. Because I've just seen him do it too much.
Yeah, we gonna see. Yeah, we gonna see.
Yeah, it feel like every one of them things. It feel like one of them things where like every year you think it's gonna be different, you just end up disappointed. What are the regular first round matchups in the East? Well, we got we got Knicks, Pistons. That'd be fun.
Knicks, Pistons.
I'm rooting for JB.
I am rooting for JB. I think the Knicks are gonna win, but I'm rooting for JB to prove me wrong.
I want a 7-game series at least,
I don't know if it'll go 7.
Yeah, it depends on how well Brunson plays in there. But don't forget, they got the cat factor.
You back on that now? You back on the cat factor?
I have said this all year, where I'm like, hey, Cat's playing really good, but there is a cat factor, and the factor with Cat is that unseriousness tends to follow him, whether it's him in doing it or not. Like the kind of shit like, hey, look, we up 3-2. and then we up 3-1, and then you playing a game 7. That shit happens when you have Cat on your team.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? Like, think about the Knicks this year. This is the year they can't beat the top 3 seeds in the NBA. Like this year, just I don't know. They're better than they were. You can argue they're better than they were last year. They have another star scoring for them, and for whatever reason, this is the year where they post a 0-10 record versus the NBA's top 2-3 teams, and one of those teams didn't even try the last 2 times they played.
$23-point comeback in that last game against the Cavs.
That only happens on the team that Cat plays for.
No Donovan Mitchell, no Ty Jerome, and no Hunter.
It ain't Cat's fault that it happened. I'm not saying that, but does this shit happen to other stars? Like,
yeah, man. Like they just don't. They can't.
What happened with them and the Celtics in overtime?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like how they blew those last 3 games against those top 2 seeds in the East. I mean, it leaves no room for me to be like, oh yeah, this team's going to take care of business. I have no faith.
Yeah, they're not serious. They're not serious.
And Karl Anthony Towns is just not the face of taking care of business, right? Like, no, that man show up, you like, oh fuck, all right, man, come on, please be serious, Cat. Just one series. Like,
I will say this: they're not playing the Cavs, the Celtics, or the Thunder.
No, they're playing Detroit, who is 3-1 over them.
Are they 3-1?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, they have been bad. See, look, it's not just the elite teams; they've been bad against over 500 teams all season.
Let me actually look at that.
So that Cat got the funk on him. I don't know if it's a funk, but it's something.
Over 500. Knicks record against 5 teams over 500. Let's see the season overall. That's not it. Regular season versus teams over 500. What are you saying? It's because you're doing playoffs. I need to know like the regular season record. Records. Oh, they changed everything in the playoffs now, so it's like impossible to find fucking the regular season stats.
Yeah, but it strikes me. I don't think they're over 500. I think they're like, I think it was something like 18 or something like that. 18 wins and like a bunch of losses. It was bad. I think they're the worst team over like record over 500 of all the like top seeds.
That wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. And they're like not bad. Like they have good players.
They have better players than they had last year.
Good players.
That's the
thing. They're just so unserious. And they don't have any depth either.
And it's Thibs. Yeah. Yeah, I just have no faith in the New York Knicks. And what the Detroit Pistons are a really scrappy team. And think about what happened to the Cavs the year the Knicks did what the Knicks did to us. What was the number one thing we were like discounting? Was the amount that like the scrappiness would actually affect the Cavs. Because the Cavs, we were arguing we had the better players.
Yeah, it was the physicality. Yeah, it was the physicality.
Yeah, but this Knicks team is not physical. They outsource all their physicalness to goddamn Mitchell Robinson.
Who's played like what, 20 games?
Yeah, and he averages like 8 and 7. Like it's so
they're 9-11 versus teams over 500, by the way.
Yeah, so under 500. Awful. And yeah, I wonder if something similar is going to happen back to them. It's like, yeah, OG Anunoby's been playing well. Like the problem isn't that the Knicks don't have players who can play well. OG Anunoby, and like they've won these trades and like they've gotten worse. That's the thing that's crazy about it. OG Anunoby, he's better than we thought he was going to be when they traded for him, right? Not healthy all the time, but you knew that was part of the deal with OG. But the offensive game certainly came together.
Yeah, he a bucket.
Yeah,
Especially he a bucket, especially when what's her name was at the games.
Who?
The gymnast. I can't. Sanisa Lee. I think it was her name.
Oh, is that his lady?
Listen, cooking every game she was there, cooking.
All right, big time player.
I was like, all right, I see you, bro, I see you.
We need to do the opposite with Donovan Mitchell and Coco Jones, because every time she there, bro, I'd be like, all right, I could tell he shot like 18 in the second half. He shot like 18 shots in the first. I look over, like, there go Coco Jones. Donovan, you got her already, dog. You don't got to do this. Let Donovan shoot. I mean, let Darius and Evan shoot. Okay. Yeah, I have no faith in the Knicks. No faith in the Knicks. Who's the 4-5? Is it it's Indiana and it's
I think it's I want to say it's Milwaukee and Indiana, yeah. But Dame can't play.
Dame's gonna play?
Dame's not gonna play.
Dame's not playing.
At least not the first game.
The Pacers are annoying, but man, I just don't think the Pacers are very good.
I think they're good. They're just not great.
I don't know. Watching them barely beat the Cavs like G League rotation.
They didn't play everybody, did they?
They played everybody. Hallie played in that game, like not the one that happened recently, but the one before the Knicks game. No, everybody, they needed to win.
Oh, that was the game they barely won?
Yeah. And we took out everybody in crunch time because we had the back-to-back with New York. And then we went and beat New York. Oh, yeah, New York. That was off a back-to-back the Cavs beat you. And you had like 5 days rest. I can't take that team seriously. I'm sorry.
Down from 21, like 23 points. I can't believe that. Like, I watched them come back. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this team has nothing for the Cavs. It's literally it's the Cavs and the Celtics conference. Like that's what it is.
Yeah,
like, we just try to get to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, but you know what bugged me about the Pacers too? They barely beat the Cavs. We took DeAndre Hunter was out by the fourth quarter of that game. We took Ty Jerome out for the whole second half. We didn't even play Darius or Donovan, I don't think, in that game. And like the Pacers were pretty hype about barely beating that rotation. And I'm like, oh, they don't think they're good. They don't believe at all that they're good. like they squeezed out a game, a win when like Craig Porter Jr., God bless his soul, is playing crunch time minutes. Which, by the way, worst crunch time minutes I've seen in the last week. Award goes to Craig Porter Jr. Outrageously awful crunch time minutes last week.
Yeah, bro. I don't really know what he be doing. He don't really know. I know
what he be doing. He be giving up the fucking ball. That's what he be doing.
He just kind of it's just like vibes, and I'm like, all right.
He puts Vaseline on his hands and then starts to try to play basketball at the end of the game. It's like it don't make any sense. He has no. Remember Sasha Pavlovich?
Yeah.
How like, oh man, his hands are made of grease because he has no hold on that ball. That is what happens to Craig Porter Jr.
His hands are made of grease.
Yes. Yes. That's what it was like watching Craig. I'm like, this ball, every time he goes up to lay the ball up and it goes out of bounds. How the fuck that happened, Craig? Like, and it's off you. Like, how it bounced off your knee? That was a floater.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah. But they were like really amped up about that. And I'm like, oh, this team, we got them. I was a little worried about the Pacers, but then I saw that. I was like, oh, no, we good. We got them.
Hey, man, real quick. Y'all got to stop blaming me for the Jackson Dart agenda being pushed. I never said we should trade up in the first round of draft this man. I never said that. I never said that.
Nah, we blaming you. We are blaming
now you want to be
100%.
part of the show, huh? Now you want to be part of the show? You want to be part of the show now?
I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out an observation. You are the cause behind this.
Oh, you want to talk about some observations? We'll talk about observations. How about you destroying the Seahawks? Let's observe that.
I didn't destroy the Seahawks, first of all.
Yes, you did.
No, I
yes,
did not.
Did.
No,
you
I did not.
Did.
No need to put me out there like
you
there.
Came on here with your Seahawks hoodie.
I was sick that day.
What they got to do with anything?
What they got to do with anything? Wrong. We all do that.
You ain't got. That's the only hoodie you got.
No, I got other ones.
Objection here on Curtis's argument. You purposely told us you wore that Seahawks hoodie on purpose. Like you told us you wore it on purpose. You said you was leaving what I had on because I'm trying to send the message, and I quote. Was that not what you said on the stand, sir?
You wasn't sure if Miles was staying, and you said if Miles was leaving, I'm leaving too. So you wore that Seahawks hoodie. Next thing we know, whole team gone.
Now he gassing it a little bit because you ain't say all of that.
Yes, exactly. He gassing it a little bit.
But answer the question, sir. Did you or did you not say that you wore that Seahawks sweater to send the message?
Okay, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But there's
no maybe. Did you do it or did you not do it?
Or did you not say that?
You did. You about to lie. You can tell.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I did. So what?
Okay. There we go.
No, you can't be like, you can't own it and be like, oh yeah, I said it. No, after you tried to lie to cover it up. No, absolutely not gonna let you get that one off. Like what? So you did curse intentionally. Well, you did knowingly wear that hoodie. No, so you did not just happenstance put that hoodie on, right? So it was an intentional choice.
Look, I was sick, and yes, I intended to put
what you
that
being
on.
sick has nothing to do with it. You wear a hoodie every time we record.
Yeah, because it's cold in my room.
That's what I'm saying. So you being sick, did it make you more likely to wear a hoodie?
All these anime hoodies you got, you
looked at your closet full of hoodies and said, "You know what? I got this one today." Like that's what you said.
Why are you doing like that?
You pick
that's
that
what
shit
you
up.
did. Yeah, you trying to send messages.
You probably rolled off the lint roller, boy. Let me find out you ironed your hoodie.
I'm not. Hey, if I iron my hoodie, I will lose respect for myself. No one.
Yeah, that boy inside out, making sure it wasn't creased nothing.
Man.
Yeah, let me find out. So
next thing you know, DK gone, Gino gone.
Gino being gone hurt me.
Jackson Smith and Jigba sending crazy tweets like, "Damn, bro, it's like what's going on?"
Now man, mental health.
Yeah, now you signed it. Now you signed to Sam Darnold.
Now, to be fair, Colb, you get to be on the stand now.
Why I get to be on the stand?
Did you or did you not retweet Jackson Dart propaganda to your thousands of followers?
Okay, first of all, don't say thousands of followers like that.
Thousands of followers.
Don't say tens of thousands of followers like that.
No, Curtis, I need you to stay on screen. Tens of thousands of is that not an accurate account? Curtis, could you please pull up Colb's Twitter following number?
Yo, you don't need to do that. Account? You don't need to do that.
Weren't you a blue check mark before you had to pay for it?
Yes, I was.
So this is a verified account associated with mainstream sports brands.
Okay.
Colb got over 23,000 followers.
23,000. 20. You got about the same amount of followers. How many points does LeBron James have? What, 30K?
Brian got
should be close to 40.
He got about 53 million.
No. I'm talking about points.
Points.
Yes. You got more followers than Chris Paul got points, and you sitting here telling me that's not a big deal that you retweeted this to the population of a small city. And then, not to mention, Cole, we know that you also have significant Twitter accounts that follow you and might retweet and signal boost what you say here, amplifying your reach. Now, knowing all of that as the baseline, did you or did you not retweet Jackson Dart propaganda to potentially millions of people?
What? Potentially millions of people? What are you talking about?
You had tweets that have gone viral. multi-million viewed tweets. And we've all seen it. Curtis, you've seen his million view tweets, right? He's gone viral, talking about all kind of different things.
First of all,
horrific future takes.
No. I've had all my future takes have been correct, by the way. All my future takes.
You're not on trial for this. You're not on trial for future right now. What you are on trial for is the release of Jackson Dart propaganda into the civilian population. Did you or did you not release Jackson Dart propaganda?
I definitely did not release Jackson Dart propaganda to millions of people. That absolutely did not happen.
So you did not retweet Jackson Dart propaganda?
No, I did not.
On December 15th, 2024?
You are making that up.
So if I go through Kyron Samuel's tweet, I'm not going to find a tweet saying from Kyron Samuel saying, I will never give up my stock after a bowl game performance from Jackson Dart that you retweeted and endorsed. Yeah, we're not going to find that evidence.
You absolutely will not find that.
So you're just lying. This what's happening? Are we just lying?
We are absolutely lying because I absolutely did not. I don't recall that at all, sir.
You definitely did.
Did I do that?
Yeah, you said I'm absolutely lying when referring to what I just said you were lying about. So you just admitted to lying.
Yes.
So you admitted to perjury and you confirmed the truth at the same time.
I'm trying to find this. I'm trying to find this tweet so I can retweet it.
Yeah. Did you not insinuate, hey man, Browns could draft Jackson Dart? Is that never been? Or let's see what happens when we go on Twitter and search Colb and Jackson Dart. Let's see what happens here, y'all.
Oh, guys, what we doing?
Yeah. Let's see what happens here if we use Twitter search functions here.
Does Twitter search function even work anymore?
I don't know what works on that fucking website. But let's see. Let's see here. All of these words. We're just going to include Dart. And from is it how many underscores is it called? 3? You don't know? You don't know now? It's crazy.
I absolutely do not know.
That's nuts. More lying. All right.
Find anything?
Oh yeah, we finding stuff. We digging through. We're digging through. See, this is March. When did you get off the bandwagon here? I take full responsibility if they draft Jackson Dart. Colb, March 28th.
They're not going to draft him, so I'm not worried about it.
Uh-huh. But why would you feel the need to take full responsibility?
It's a joke, man.
I do wonder how much they like Jackson Dart, though, ...
Oh, that's because of something I heard that I do not want to talk about. That's because something I heard, and I feel like it'll piss people off if I talk about that. Ooh, definitely piss people off.
We don't have
anything else.
We got more. You want me to dig for more?
You really go spend your time on the spot digging for stuff I said about Jackson?
That's what I was asking. I was ready to let it go.
We can just let it go, man.
It's obvious you're guilty. Now, what should the sentence be for Colb? One purchase of a Jaylen Milroe jersey.
One purchase of a Jaylen Milroe jersey?
Yeah, I want you to get the Deshaun Watson, but get the back plate changed. Just get the big foe. Big foe. So that if you wear it, you can't wear a jacket with that jersey. Or you gotta wear it backwards.
Nah, I'm not buying any 4 jerseys.
Evan Mobley, you're not gonna rock. If Evan Mobley and Jeremiah Smith both win the state of championship this year, 4's the number, dog. Next quarterback.
I don't own any Cavs jerseys though, so like,
it's okay. It's all right.
If the Cavs win a title, I might get one.
Someone said a Kellerman jersey. That's just brutal.
No.
How my boy do? Because I ain't watched the Brahmas game this week. How my boy do?
Probably terrible.
Nah, they almost won. Let's see. Brahmas. I think they played the Panthers. All right. There we go. Box score. Okay, 19 of 31, 163 yards and a touchdown through the air. 6 rushes for 38 yards for the boy. He's getting better. He's getting better, man. No interceptions this week. 61% completion percentage.
Team must be ass.
Someone said you need to wear a Jason Tatum jersey.
We'll never do that.
Why not? You don't like Jason Tatum?
I'll never wear a Texas jersey.
Come on, don't he? Ain't he the spiritual successor to Kobe Bryant?
Not to me.
That's kind of brutal that the dude who wants to take on that mantle plays for the Boston Celtics. Like, what in the world is that? I do wonder, like, what would Kobe think of all of this?
I mean, they had a personal relationship, so like,
yeah, but also, like, at some point, you know, it stops being fun, right? Like, with Jason Tatum becomes a real threat. He knew Jason Tatum before he became a real threat. But after he won this championship, I wonder if Kobe starts, like, locking in on some of this stuff a little bit more. Because now, you know, now it becomes about Lakers, Boston, all that shit. He takes this stuff very seriously.
Man. Kind of sad that we'll never know.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. All right. We got any more super chats?
Let's see.
Yeah, we got a couple.
All right, let's throw them on screen, man. We on track.
Are you trying to get off? You trying to get off on time today?
Yeah, I got a big clock here on my computer screen. We going when 120 hits, we out.
All right, this one is from Iceman the Boss. I know we went over a couple ones earlier, but this is from Iceman the Boss. Scarton at 33. How likely is it, and how would you feel? Also, Q, are you going to Lenore's?
That's
one.
what that shit was.
Okay. He said that we need another live performance review.
Yeah, are you going to Lenore's play Virginia Tech in Atlanta? We need another live performance review.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch, but also it's like his first game of the season, so it's not gonna be as informative as watching like Cam Ward at the end of the year. It is funny though. I watched Cam Ward, felt how I felt about him, and all of a sudden that opinion went from pretty solid to, oh man, he's just hating on the guy. You know, so I stand by how I feel about Cam Ward. Curtis, do you?
Oh yeah, my opinion still hasn't changed. He's black. Zach Wilson was swag to him, so you know he'll go first overall. You know, won't be a surprise in a weak quarterback class, but you know the comparison to Zach Wilson, it's never going to cross my mind because they play similar. But the thing is, Cam's a little more athletic in that terms, and everyone is so obviously trying to compare him to Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, they're not the same at all. Like, does he make some Patrick Mahomes-esque plays? Sure, but they're not the same in terms of prospect. I mean,
Patrick just be calling any good throw on a run a Patrick Mahomes-esque play now.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Yeah, I don't get it either.
Any improvised play, we're like, oh, Mahomes. I'm like, he didn't invent the concept of improvisation, guys. Like,
yeah, like it's been around for a while, but they make it seem like it's a revelation or something.
Anytime a quarterback flicks a ball to a running back, oh, the Mahomes of it all. It's crazy. It's crazy out here. But yeah, I agree with you. I think he's Zach Wilson with the chrome heart belt. Let's hit the next one.
All right. Okay, this one, I think we have, this is from Luke. Did we go over this one? Saying Colb looks like Black Dynamite? Yeah, we did. I think we did.
Domo is now putting Carter a bunch of greater than signs 100 into chat. Hello, Domo. How are you?
I forgot to put him on timeout after that bullshit he said in the group chat.
Hey, look, Domo. If you ever want to come back from this, man, we got you. Okay.
No, we don't.
We got you.
No, we don't.
He gonna have to come back from this because they're taking like they're pretty. It's pretty.
Hey man, you
clear
will always
about
have
the
Martin Emerson to me, dog. Okay, you will always have your Martin Emerson run. I'll always remember it. But when you're ready to come down off this one, I got you.
All right, this next one is from Autistic Kid. Colb, you see what happened to OSU's trophy?
What happened to OSU trophy?
So
like fell apart.
JD Vance fumbled it because Ohio State went to the White House yesterday, and JD Vance tried to pick up the trophy, and he just fumbled it completely. I'm like, oof.
Bro, like I'd never get the inclination to call somebody a weenie, but when I see that man on TV, I'd be like, get this wiener off my
Called him a wiener.
Bro, like I never get the inclination to ever call somebody that, but he just gives me that vibe of like, oh, this guy's a fucking weenie, dog. Like,
Called that man a wiener. What is wrong with you, bro? That man a wiener.
ain't nothing personal. This is how I feel when I see his face. Like,
You could have used a different term. Call him a
no,
ball
it's
or
the term
something.
that comes to mind every time I see him and hear him talk. Like he just immediately just don't like him. Like he just gives me that like you've ever had somebody you just hear them talk and you just see how they sound and look when they talk and you like, man, you gonna get the fuck away from me? Like that's how I feel when I see him. Like,
Oh, you could just call him a different name than that, but
Calling him a
that man's a weenie. I don't know what to tell you, bro. He look like he'd tell on you over some small shit. like he look like the type of person to report you to management because you stole like something from the fucking drink fountain, like at Burger King. Like he seemed like the type of person to snitch on you about that kind of shit. It's like, actually, this isn't a sidewalk. Like, don't he seem like that? Like, just say, get the fuck out of here, dog. Like, that's got nothing to do with you.
You said,
bro, like, you out here tripping. Like,
oh man, I'm sorry.
oh man, oh man.
Excuse me. Like, no.
Oh man. Oh no.
And then like he tried to like give you a high five. So I'm like, I don't like this man. Like, just off instinct. I'm like, I don't trust him. Like, I don't know how he's made it this far. Well, there's obvious explanations for it, but like I don't know how somebody could be that immediately unlikable and still like win public office. Like I know it's Ohio, but damn. Like, but yeah, man. He dropped the trophy?
Yeah, he dropped the trophy.
Yes,
Anybody surprised?
No, nobody is surprised he dropped the trophy.
No
Mr.
one
Weedy
is.
dropped the trophy. Like, of course he fucking dropped the trophy.
Ooh,
Just him and Ryan Day together, I can't watch that.
would be nice to Ryan Day though.
Vibe check of all time. Like,
we gotta be nice to Ryan Day because he won the title.
Yeah,
man, look, I respect Ryan Day and what he did as a coach and an administrator to make that happen. But I ain't gotta lie about how that man face make me feel. Okay, like that don't change how I feel about his general aura. Like it's not great.
Oh God, we're talking about aura again.
To the word. I wasn't trying to be ironic about it.
Oh, man.
Someone said that man a Weedy Hut Jr. It's like, don't it feel like
Weenie Hut Juniors.
Oh, Junior. Oh man.
Oh, bro. Oh, by the way, SpongeBob is definitely 100% the funniest show of all time.
I just feel like JD Vance type of dude to be like, well, actually, like when you say some shit.
Bro, it's by far. There was a tweet. There was a tweet from this dude who was like, "Hey man, it doesn't matter how many times I watch SpongeBob, I always end up rolling." And then like people just started posting clips from the show. I'm like, "Hey man, even as an adult, SpongeBob is the funniest show of all time." All
See,
time.
look, chat on my side. They like he just give you he a dork. But anyways, man, SpongeBob is top tier, especially like those first 3 seasons.
Oh man, back when you can get away with stuff on cartoons, yeah.
Back when nobody was giving a fuck. Like, they had the painted bikini bottom backgrounds. It was nice. You know what I mean? That's the classics. And you know what's crazy? Those cartoons are way older than we think. Because like I used to think that like some of those shits was airing when I was a kid, but I'm like, them shits like aired like 99, 01. I remember I was watching them shits when I was like 9, 10 years old. You know? Like, yeah.
Kids will never understand, man. Kids will never understand.
Hey, look, we had an elite block of cable growing up.
We did.
Like, man, we had peak Disney Channel, peak Cartoon Network, peak Nickelodeon. We had options.
Cartoon Network don't even exist anymore, man. It hurts my heart.
It don't exist? Like it's not a thing?
I think they shut everything down.
Damn.
It still airs on television, but
I'm about to say, because like the Cartoon Network fan base, I remember y'all went as hard for Cartoon Network as anybody went for they network of choice.
Had to.
Yeah, because I didn't really fuck with cartoons. Surprise, surprise. I like the sitcoms. So I was watching like Nickelodeon and Disney when I was a kid. But yeah, nobody went harder than them goddamn Cartoon Network kids. Like,
man, somebody said a whole lot of unks up in this pie. Absolutely, man.
Shout out to the unks.
Shout out to the unks, man. Need us.
Shout out to y'all. Or are we the unks now? Like, is that what's happening? Are they calling us unk?
Yeah, we the unks now.
Is 30 unk age? I don't think 30 unk age, is it?
Yeah, it is.
30 is technically unk age.
Yeah, we unks now.
We can't be like 35. Like we there's not like the in between period.
No, 30. Once you get 30,
probational period.
It's no rule. It's no unwritten rule. Once you get 30, you unk.
What kind of unk you trying to be, Colb? You gonna be a Nike Tech unk?
Absolutely, 100%.
I can tell.
100%.
Nike Tech with the Cuban on. Some aviators.
What's the man?
Coaching the fuck out of football.
He said, coaching the fuck out of football.
Hey, man. I try to give out life lessons all the time. All right.
See what you need to do. You need to tighten up in school.
You giving those speeches like, oh yeah, so you gonna let that man run over you? You gonna let him run over you in life? It's like, dog, it's a Pee-wee under 9 football game right now. Like, you out here trying to sound like Denzel and Remember the Titans and shit. Like,
what kind of unk you try to be, Q?
I'm trying to be the real, like, you know how the uncle vibe that J. Cole gives off?
No.
You don't know that one?
No.
Like the kind of just does his own thing, lets you come over, do some shit to be like, hey man, you want to go to a fucking game? Like, I don't know. I'll be regular unk, you know.
You said, hey, you trying to go to a game.
So like I'm probably grill unk. Yeah.
Grill unk is important. You know what I'm saying? Grill unk is important.
You know, grill unk. I get the shit going at the cookout. Talk shit a little bit. Always act like I'm about to play basketball, but never play.
I'm trying to think about what kind of unk Curtis gonna be.
Curtis gonna be the unk that sit in that chair, dap you up one good time, and then never talk to you for the rest of the cookout. What's up, nephew? Oh, how's your grades going? This is July.
Hey, he got that
in the shade on the patio. He got his spot right
with the cup,
right next to the cooler.
With the cup.
Mango tilted to the side with a Bluetooth on.
Hey, Curtis with the Kango was hilarious.
And the blue, you know, like the blue little flannel shirt, like, with the fucking starch collar.
Oh shit.
It's good, nephew. Like, You getting tall every time. Every time you see you getting tall. You saw that motherfucker 2 weeks ago. He talking about you to get big. Oh shit. Yeah, but Colb's definitely gonna be Nike Tech Unk. You're gonna be involved.
So I'm gonna be involved. That's funny.
You gonna be one of them dudes like, yeah, man, Dion and LeVar got it right. I'm gonna be there. Like LeBron is peak Nike Tech Unk. I'm out here dunking and shit with the kids. Like, Cole, why are you shooting around with them?
Oh man, this is funny.
So I'm gonna be happy to be there, but I'm definitely gonna be the unk that roast these little motherfuckers.
Hey, we gotta do Domo super chat before we get out of here.
All right, let's do it.
All right, draft. This one's from Domo. Draft Carter, take wide receiver at 94-104. Okay, all right.
You're not gonna seriously consider the implications.
We just not gonna address it at all. We just go.
We're gonna shut down vibrant discourse.
My thing about this whole thing.
Who do you want though? Real shit though. Who do you want at 94 or 104, Damo? Like who are you trying to get at wide receiver at that spot?
Because you got to be thinking like Ty Felton or like.
Yeah, who do you think gonna be there?
Because Jaylen Noel's not going to be there. Jaden Higgins is not going to be there. A.M. Mater's not going to be there. Ibuka's not going to be there. He said Isaiah Bond. Isaiah Bond will be
Force
there.
Man said Isaiah Bond.
Oh, okay. I mean, Isaiah Bond's going to be there. They did meet with him. He said Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams might be there at 94. Maybe not.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at Kyle Williams and Abdul Carter.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, here's the thing. I just find it so hard to get impassioned about this debate because I'm like, oh man, if we don't draft Travis Hunter, if we get Kyle Williams and Abdul Carter, I'm happy about that. And if we get Travis Hunter and then like Jordan Phillips or something like that, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty happy about that too. Like, there's just nothing there that makes me like upset if it happens. So, like, I just can't get riled up in this debate, man. Like, I just can't.
That's where I'm at with it, bro. Like, I just don't. This is what I've been trying to tell Domo for weeks. I'm like, bro, it looks like they're going to take Travis Hunter. Maybe they don't. Like, maybe they pivot last second and they take. Or well, I guess it wouldn't be a pivot. Maybe they were always planning on taking Abdul Carter, and we just find out at the draft. You know what I'm saying? It could happen like that. But
yeah, I would be excited about either or. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think one dramatic, like it's not like quarterback where I'm like, oh, okay, well that changes a lot about what you want to do in the future. This one's like, okay, well, you know, you either invest in Travis or you invest in Abdul. I'm fine with that, and whatever you draft around that, I'm fine with that too.
I'd take the Dontre dude from Tennessee. He's like 6'4", 6'5", and fast.
And he said, I feel like you could get Travis production from other guys. I don't see another 10-sack guy. I would argue that Travis' production wasn't really easy to replicate at college. He was like number 5 in receiving yards. And you might be able to get 1,200 yards from somebody else in this class. But like the one thing about Travis is I think he is real impactful with his yards. Like he tends to make big plays in big moments. And he's the type of player who can go up and make a play in a big moment where like somebody like Kyle Williams, you know, you're not expecting him to show up on third now. And you don't have anybody right now. Like if the Browns are in the 3rd and 5, who do you want the ball to go to right now? Like who do you trust to make that happen? That's the appeal for Travis is that he could be that for you, and then that for you on the defensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, you don't add any of that, but you do get the most dominant potential third down defensive option that you could possibly have. So I'm thrilled about that. I'm thrilled about the other thing. I just can't get too riled up. So he said Jaylen Milroe's legs. I mean, that's going to work for a little bit, but it's not going to be, you can't lean on that because teams are going to key in on that. Like somebody got to get open. They're going to play press man, put them in the box, right? Like somebody's got to get open one-on-one. Jerry Jeudy can do that sometimes, but Jerry Judy's not, he's good. He's really good, but he's not like that. Like you hope Travis can be like that. So again, this is impossible for me to crash out conversation, man. Like,
yeah, and when you talk about Jaylen Milroe's legs, like that's something that people gonna be keyed in on like immediately if he ever comes in the game.
Like, in on it. It's not always gonna be successful because he's so athletic, but it's not gonna be like he's not Lamar, where like Lamar can manufacture something. You still gotta make the hole for Jaylen Milroe to run through, right? Lamar can manufacture space in a phone booth and get 10 yards. That's not what Jaylen Milroe does, right? He's not going to be able to do it on command like that. He's more of an opportunity runner. Like, hey man, I'm not mad at either or. I'm fine with winning games 6-3, and I'm fine with trying to win games with Travis Hunter. I could get behind both visions, so So also got Njoku. I don't know if we're gonna put Njoku in that. Like we could just lean on him on third down category though. He almost 30 and he ain't never been that.
I mean, they're looking for another tight end to bring in here. Like they're going to draft another tight end. I wouldn't be surprised if their first third round pick is a tight end. To be
again, this is why I'm not too far on one side or the other with this. I don't think the Browns' offense is going to be super awful if they don't draft Travis. So, like, I think they could figure some things out, get some players, draft them. They'd be fine on offense. But I also don't think that, like, the Browns' defense is going to fall to shit if they don't get Travis Hunt. I mean, they don't draft Abdul Carter. Like, they'll be fine.
So, Trey said, I think trading back for Mike Green would make Q shut the stream down. Probably.
Yeah, if we traded back and did something like that, I wouldn't shut the stream down. I mean, that's my time to shine. That's when the stream's going to become most populated because the internet's a bunch of haters. Every time the Browns go down like 10, stream got like 2,000 people in it. It's like, what the fuck? Like, where were y'all? Every time the Browns do something embarrassing, Browns take the lead, we back down to like 1K. Like, haters, okay. But
Domo, they bringing up your old tweets, brother. They're bringing up your old tweets, brother. We done found out.
Okay, so for Dabo, this is about him leaving Jackson State.
No, we got a Travis Hunter is him tweet that got sent to my phone. Ooh, oh man.
Travis Hunter is him. That's not a bad tweet, but like
Travis Hunter is him from 2022.
I know when he tweeted that too. That was the Celebration Bowl, about fourth quarter, right? At the end of the fourth quarter, because everybody was tweeting that he was awesome in that game. Yeah, man. There's no even like Mike Green. I'm not about to crash out over Mike Green. I just think it's not a smart decision. But at this point, man, what the Browns gonna do to make me like surprised? I don't want to challenge them. But,
some of the votes for Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA have been leaked.
Oh, Lord.
So I can name a couple.
Let's go ahead. What's
going on?
So some of the voters, the NBA voting, I think they got their ballots, and apparently some first place votes were given out. Michael Pena of The Ringer. Guess who he gave a first place vote to?
Is it Pena or Pena?
Pena, I don't know. It's Pena. Pina.
Oh, it's Pena.
Yeah. Guess who he voted for Defensive Player of the Year?
He's national?
Yeah, this is all national.
Oh, Draymond.
No, Dyson Daniels.
Okay. Wow.
Kevin O'Connor, he voted for Amen Thompson. Bill
Evan's
Ryder
not getting this award, dog. This is crazy.
Bill Ryder for CBSSports.com voted for Draymond Green.
Of course.
James Herbert of CBS Sports voted for Evan Mobley. Dan Devine of Yahoo Sports voted for Dyson Daniels. And Rob Mahoney voted for Evan Mobley. So Evan Mobley got 2 first place votes.
I don't know if Evan's coalition going to be strong enough, man, to hold up. With all the vote splitting that's going to happen,
No,
it's going to come down to Evan or Draymond with like a very small percentage of the vote.
Chris Fedor put out a tweet that really pissed me off. I'm going to read it to you. NBA awards ballot finalized. Defensive Player of the Year was the most difficult category by far. Guess that's what happens when the runaway favorite becomes ineligible. 5 players have a legitimate case for a first place vote. You cover the damn team, bro. Come on now. It's not that damn difficult. It's not that damn difficult, man.
Of course, Stephen A. voted for Draymond.
Of course.
Rob and James Herbert voted for Evan. Bill Ryder
Rob voted for Evan?
No.
Oh.
No. James Herbert and Rob Mahoney.
Okay.
From The Ringer.
The basketball guys are all going to pick Evan.
Kevin O'Connor picked Amen Thompson. Of course, he had to try to be different.
Yeah,
Dyson Daniels. I'm not mad at Dyson Daniels getting votes though.
As far as it stands right now, Draymond and Evan are tied with 16 for the votes right now. So
yeah, it's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to Evan or Draymond.
And to your point about Chris Fedor, this is just kind of what he does, which is like, it's weird, but he likes to play both sides.
He wants to be objective, quote unquote, so bad.
Yeah, but
it's like, come on, bro. Come on.
He's a fence sitter, but he's a fence sitter. He's always gonna like, if people think the Cavs are good, he's always gonna be like, pump the brakes, right? Like he's always gonna do that. If people think the Cavs are bad, then he's gonna shit on them. Like
Kenny Atkinson is gonna run away with Coach of the Year, by the way.
I mean, that was obvious. If they took that away from him, I'd be like, all right, bro. Like, it just ended all.
Now, all NBA is where it's going to get interesting to me.
Is Evan going to be on all NBA?
He should be. It's just like, what team?
It's 3 teams, right?
Yes, 3 teams.
He should be 13.
So, Evan has... Evan has 4 second team votes.
Really?
Yeah.
Their ballots are due on April 18th, so they got a couple days.
Supermax is happening.
He don't have any first place votes though, because it's a point system. So he's only gotten second place votes so far. But he has so right now he would be right now he'd be fighting for second team, I think. No, right now he would be second team. Because he's a forward. So like right now he would be a second team. Ooh, it's gonna be close. He's gonna make an all NBA team though. He might end up on third team, but he got a decent chance to actually be on second team.
I think he makes a great point here. Fedor isn't a fence sitter or objective. He just hates covering the Cavs because he thinks he's above being a small market TV reporter. Yeah, he tweets a lot of smug shit. He's like the Bill Maher of fucking Cleveland sports. Like, where you remember the whole thing he had about fucking the Dustin Hopkins trade?
Something like that.
Yeah, and then Dustin Hopkins, that was the year that they actually won.
Yeah, like he's always just be saying he was the dude who got dunked on because Anthony Edwards dunked on somebody. He's like, he didn't make the shot. I'm like, see.
Didn't he have a story which he lied about getting into an Uber and
yeah, where he lied about getting into an Uber. And I think somebody asked him something. Like he made up one of those stories. Like he just like kind of just straight up lied.
Bro, if you don't want to cover the Cavs, go cover another team, dog. Like we'll be fine. I promise.
Yeah, Payne Pritchard gonna win $6 million a year.
He's gonna run away with it.
That's fine. Because I remember I made fun of him for that one. That shit was funny.
For Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle is currently up. He got 40.
Over Ricochet?
Yeah, Ricochet.
Not the wrestler. I mean, this feels like a pretty role player heavy draft.
Ivica Zubac is currently in the lead for most improved player of the year.
That makes sense. Who else would have had it?
I'm not sure.
You said Zubakis?
Yeah.
I mean, they said that Cade was the favorite to win it for the longest time.
You can't give Cade most improved. He just developed.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
He's a number 1 overall pick. Like he turned what was he, 22? He just turned 22. That's what happened with Cade. He got better. But you gotta give Cade something. Is he gonna get like 3rd team All NBA?
Cade probably got a case to be first.
Really?
To be for real with you, he got a strong case to be a 1st team All NBA. He probably won't. Yeah,
Donovan Mitchell tweeted out, "Chris, you know damn well it's Evan Mobley award." I just retweeted it now.
Just smacked him in the back of the head. Shut up, Chris. Why are you contributing to this narrative?
That's what Donovan Mitchell said?
Yeah, he just tweeted it out a couple minutes ago.
Donovan Mitchell's been hilarious on Twitter. Like since he got that extension.
Man. I'm interested to see how many awards the Cavs actually end up getting.
Well, we'll find out next week on Q and Colb. Ooh, is that like Dragon Ball Z? On the next Q and Colb, we will find out. How does it go?
Look at you, man. Look at you. National Anime Day. Look what it bring out of you, dog. Look what it bring out of you, dog.
I'm trying to remember what it was that I was ignoring for 20 years. On the next episode of Q and Colb, Curtis answers for where lying on the stand.
Oh man, we're gonna get Q watching anime one of these days. We're not gonna give up.
I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I just can't get it. I can't get into it. I've tried. I've legitimately tried. I can't get into it. I just something about it. I just like like,
you just haven't watched Solo Leveling yet. That's all it is.
And, for the dumbest reason, the name of it is just wild to me. Solo Leveling.
You know what's so crazy? Everybody I know, even the people I didn't even know was like into anime. They was like, "Hey, no, Colb, Solo Leveling is crazy." Like Rail was like, "Hey, man, this shit is nuts." It start off crazy, and then you think like, "Oh man, they're not gonna be able to top this shit." And then you watch the next episode, you like, "Oh my god, they don't top this shit." It's just all fights, bro. Like it's crazy.
Well, I'll probably never watch it, but I'm glad y'all enjoying it on National Anime Day. Shout out to the anime community today on National Anime Day.
Look at I ain't even have to say it, man.
May you watch your favorite show in your unwashed room with your unshowered body.
Wow.
And have
this
the
what you
most
doing?
fun that you can have.
This what you doing?
I'm wishing you joy. And deodorant. That is crazy. That's what I'm wishing y'all. Joy, deodorant, and soap. That's what I'm wishing for y'all. You
didn't even see the heel turn coming.
Yeah, it's not a heel turn. I'm just hoping everybody in National Anime Day use their washer or dryer today.
That's insane.
Y'all don't want to know how many anime shows y'all watch. Let me see what your water bill look like.
What does the water bill have to do with anything?
You got to use water to shower and wash your clothes. What you mean?
See, why are you assuming that these people are not? This is crazy.
Wow.
I've gone to anime conventions. I know what they smell like.
You going to the wrong ones.
Oh, no, these are big conventions, man. Large swath of the population, But hey, this is not the day to shower. This is the day to watch some anime and celebrate. So I hope that y'all enjoy all the anime that y'all can enjoy in the funk of your own funk. Wow. Tomorrow is the day that you finally clean out your car. Okay, today is not the day for that.
Finally clean out your car is crazy.
Well, y'all have a great day, man. Shout out to the anime community again, man. Big shout, big shout, big shout. So let's see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're your John Cena right now. That's crazy.
Hey. Oh wait.
I ain't about to get on your ass.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. The wrestling community also has a problem with showering. That is true.
Hey, you better hope these streams don't ever. You
better hope. No, the worst offenders in the wrestling community usually have a crossover with anime. That's all I'm saying. Was it the chicken or the egg? You know,
hey, man.
When I grew up, before anime blew up and I went to wrestling shows, it never was funky. But after the anime blow up, all of a sudden, some of these wrestling shows smell like eggs. I'm wondering what happened.
Hey man, you ever branch out to a different audience?
And look, Crunchyroll needs to add this metric that Jay's talking about: water bill to anime watch chart. You know, I want to know what it looked like.
Hey man, you better watch it.
I need Old Spice to sponsor solo leveling. Do some good. But in all seriousness, y'all enjoy your days. Oh, are we gonna be back before? Yeah, look, man, we got to shout out 420. You know, Easter too, WrestleMania this weekend. Look, it's gonna be a whole lot of funk out there in the streets this weekend. It's not gonna smell good.
You started off with 420 and then said Easter too. That is
and WrestleMania. Okay.
You said weed, then Jesus. That is insane. That is nuts. Oh man!
Look, all I'm gonna say is that Easter is carrying a lot of weight in the smell good part of this weekend, right? Like the church has got a lot on its back this weekend. But yeah, shout out to this weekend. It's gonna be a fun one. WrestleMania. I'm gonna at least watch one night of it. I ain't watched a WrestleMania in a minute. Shout out to Easter to those who celebrate. You know. When last time y'all been to church? Y'all want to talk shit to me? When last time you been to church on Easter, Cole? Like,
when's the last time you been to church on Easter?
My mama took me. Okay, like that was the last time.
I'm trying to go. I'm gonna try to go this Sunday.
You gonna go this Sunday?
I'm gonna try to.
Okay. We'll see. We, Jesus, and John Cena. So Train just said. It's all from the earth. Q gonna be holding his nose watching WrestleMania this weekend. It's gonna be a very funky weekend, man. It's gonna be a very funky weekend. But in all seriousness, hope everybody enjoys this weekend. We got playoffs. We got the play-in tournament going on. The Cavs play what on Sunday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they play on Sunday.
On 420.
We'll see how that goes.
Who on the team we need to be worried about?
Probably nobody, to be honest with you. Maybe Ty Jerome?
Definitely Ty Jerome. Ty and DeAndre Hunter. For sure. We're not getting anything from our bench. Or we might get everything from our bench that night.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. But everybody have a great day. Y'all have a better night. Anything else y'all got to say? We good. We out. It's 4:55. Curtis, you got anything to say?
No.
All right, clap it up for Curtis, y'all. Yeah. All right. While we clapping it up, hey man, Curtis, can you do us a favor? I'll send you the frame. Can we frame your Seahawks hoodie in the background of your shot? Can we do that?
No.
Put it up like a rafter. You want to retire that motherfucker?
Oh man.
We had like the Sarah McLachlan, I will, as we like will it up into the But clap it up for Curtis again, man. Clap it up for Curtis. Shout out Curtis's hoodie. You know what I mean? You got a supplier for all of them hoodies?
No, I don't.
What set do you use when you iron?
I don't iron my hoodies, man. Stop it. Don't do that.
I don't know. Do you iron them? Your strings look too flat.
I don't be ironing my hoodies, man. Cut it out. I will never do that.
Y'all heard it here first. Curtis irons his hoodies.
do not do that.
This motherfucking hoodies got pleats.
We never let you live that Seahawks hoodie down, bro. We never let you live that down. You know what you did. You know what you did
to that organization. You owe John Snyder an apology. Okay?
I don't owe him an apology. Hey, if anything, I'm helping him kickstart him potentially being out of there. So, if he ends up getting fired after this year,
you're right. You don't owe John Snyder an apology. You owe Mita Kimes an apology.
I do owe her an apology. I'm sorry, Mina. I'm sorry.
What did you do?
You ruined the franchise. That's what you did.
I didn't ruin them, but it is what it is.
He ruined the franchise and then tried to blame it on John Rivers.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I am blaming it on him. It is the start of it. We're going to trade him soon. We're going to figure out a way to get him out of here.
Brother, you might get traded. What do you mean?
I'm not getting traded. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is how Tyreek Hill felt like before he ended up in Miami. Like, I'm not the problem. Like, I don't know, Curtis. Feels like the inciting incident is pretty firmly you. It's what it is, man. Get ready to root for the Cowboys. That we're going to trade you to? Who would you want to be traded to, Curtis?
I don't know yet. I will not root for the Cowboys. No way. You see
what's
happening.
Traded to the Cowboys? How do you feel about being traded to Arizona?
I'm good. I'm cool on that.
You can go back to being the third best team in the NFC West. That'd be fun.
People hate Kyler, man. People hate Kyler, so no.
What's wrong with Kyler?
Really, I don't. It's
Hey, be careful how you answer this.
What's wrong with Kyler? What's your problem with Mr. Murray? Okay. What do you think about the Rui Hachimura minutes?
It sounds like a joke, but it's not.
If Kyler Murray were good, it wouldn't be a joke. No, you remember Pablo Torre when Kyler Murray was popping off in 2019? He was ready for that shit. Pablo Torre was ready to rep it. I respect it. But yeah, man, you got beef with Kyler?
No, I don't have beef with Kyler.
Woods right now. Okay, what you got to say about Naomi Osaka?
No comment.
Okay. It's all good. Everybody have a great day. Have you better night. Colb, you got any random athletes you want to shout out?
Random athletes I want to shout out. You know what? Shout out Jared Vanderbilt, man.
You get one random shout out. You choose Jordan. Who?
Jared Vanderbilt.
Jared Vanderbilt.
Worst offensive player I've ever seen in my life. But
you are sick, brother.
But listen, hell of a defender.
You think Bronny gonna get minutes in the playoffs?
Absolutely not.
He was kind of hooping in the G League, though.
He was kind of hooping in the G League for.
Yeah. Someone said, "Shout out to that." Oh, Nico Imalava.
He will enjoy somewhere else. I don't know where he's going.
Where are you gonna play? Is he gonna sit out? Is he gonna like pull a Deshaun?
No, he ain't good enough to do that. He got to go play somewhere.
Where are you gonna play? Georgia? Where can you go to like piss off Tennessee? Florida? Well, nah, they got Lagway. They ain't gonna play you.
I'm about to say he can't go in there. He can't go to South Carolina.
He need to go to a real offense. Like he can't go to Ole Miss.
Could he go to Alabama?
No, I don't think they're at the place where they want that, and they ain't got money like that. He probably gonna come up north.
What can he?
Ohio State?
What big? He can't play. No.
Who Ohio State quarterbacks right now? I saw the spring game. It wasn't impressive.
Saying, I think it's a starter.
Is that the short guy?
Saying look good. He looked all right. He's not coming up here. They definitely ain't going after that bullshit.
Is that the short guy?
No, I don't think so.
No, Saying's not short.
Okay, the guy I saw was short.
Yeah, Saying's the starter. He's not coming here. He can't go to Michigan. Michigan State. I don't know who their quarterback. is.
Wisconsin.
Who's the quarterback in Wisconsin?
No.
I think it's Billy Edwards. He transferred from Maryland.
So ACC?
Could be.
He ain't gonna play this year, dog. Where you
He
gonna
gonna
go?
play. He gonna play some. He'll find somewhere to go. Did he have a do not contact in his in the transfer portal?
I don't think I'm gonna look and see.
Because the thing is, he's not gonna want to get demoted out the Power 5 off this situation.
Yeah, I just feel like you can't. I feel like you would only do something like this if you already had a plan to go somewhere.
Well, no, he didn't do it. He got kicked out.
Didn't he
This is what happened.
to go
He
to
paid him
go to
up for
practice or something?
money, and then Josh Heupel was like, "Fuck it." That's what I've heard. But what happened, Curtis?
Apparently, he skipped practice before the spring game, and after I think Saturday, Josh Heupel said no one is bigger than the program. So, and apparently, he doesn't have a market right now, and his future is in the hands of his father and a trusted family friend, Cordell Landers, a former Florida personnel staffer, and both are representing the quarterback in discussions with schools.
Nothing is more sketchy in college football than trusted family friend.
And this is another part to it. Multiple sources have told ESPN, because I'm reading an article I found. Multiple sources have told that ESPN that Amaya Diabas, I don't know, I probably butchered it. His camp is seeking much more through the portal than the $4 million they hope to earn with the Vols this year. The read after talking to sources, however, is that he's unlikely to find a situation that gets him to that number. I think he has zero market. It will be an interesting test of how smart and disciplined colleges are in looking at him.
Because he's a former 5-star. There's probably a market there. It's just not at $4 million. Maybe Auburn.
Hey.
I'm talking about my cousin.
Q looks like Cam Justice.
You wrong as hell for repeating that on the air. You wrong as hell for that. You wrong.
Ooh, I'm sorry. That one was funny. I'm sorry. Curtis ain't looked up yet.
Curtis' glasses got foggy as fuck.
Oh, he tried not to laugh.
He is not even trying. That man is clearly laughing. He's crying. He got tears. What do you mean trying? He's not trying shit. I see him sweating right now, dog.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh.
All right, Phil W. Blocked for life. You're gonna have the ban user.
Oh, yeah, you really banned him? Why you ban that man?
Oh.
He got one through.
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
We ready to end the show now?
Oh, yeah, we got to end on a high note. We can end it on that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I knew I should have ended the show at 120. But all seriousness, y'all have a great day. He told the truth and got silence. Okay. Anybody else want to revolt? Anybody else want to revolt?
Oh, man.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I guess I deserved that one. I went pretty hard at the anime people.
I told you it was coming.
It's okay. I took my lumps. I got like 8 good ones off on them. But appreciate everybody for watching for real. Shout out to the Steel Toe Gang, everything else. Seriously, shout out to the anime community. I also want to shout out plumbers too. Y'all have a great day. Have an even better night. Colb, you got anything to say?
Appreciate everybody who super chatted. Everybody who's in the comments. Love all of y'all. Peace.
Okay, I was about to say. What about you, Curtis?
Shout out to anime community, man. Shout out to anime community. That's it.
All right. Y'all have a great one. Peace.